pressed the button early. Oh,
Oh, you
I actually pressed the button by mistake. I pressed my mouse button.
turd.
I didn't mean to. I was reading the quote and listening to the music. Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
I've got a mouthful of grub now. Sorry about that.
Get it
Carry
down
on.
you. Get it down you. Hey everyone. I pressed the button a little early there, sorry. Hello everyone. Welcome. His things fell off. Welcome to a very warm, slightly uncomfortable, may have to go down to underwear in a moment, Warhammer Sunday. There's just something for you to think about.
Oh, I'm so glad you said that, because I thought it was me. I've just got my fan on hyper mode. And I'm sat here in my boxers, mate.
Yeah, no, I've got my shorts on, but I may have to reduce down to just undies because it's actually really warm. And well, you don't if I didn't have all these lights on, it wouldn't be really warm. I didn't have the computer on full whack doing a stream. So
yeah, we have got the studio lights on, the pair of us.
Yeah,
it's like,
and I do have a computer that goes at full speed whenever I do anything, so it's putting out all the heat. I could do a trifecta and put the Xbox on. I'll just be toasty by then. Anyway, yes, welcome one and all to that time of the week. And he said month then. That time of the week, it's Warhammer Sunday. I know, I'm not with it. That time of the week is Warhammer Sunday, when Colin and I will just sit around and crack on with some Warhammer buildy. Si Reynolds might be with us later. He's just out with family at the minute and doing some shopping at Costco. He's doing the Costco run.
Yeah, really pleased with that, isn't he? Bless him.
Yeah, he likes Costco. He likes all those people in Costco, all the mouth breathers. But yes, welcome one and all. So Si might join us later, hopefully, fingers crossed. But welcome one and all. Now, before we get going, as always, let's do all the shout-out stuff. Shout-outs to all the people that make my content possible. First and foremost, of course, at my corporate supporters, emodels.co.uk and goblingaming.co.uk, your one-stop shops for all your tabletop and model-making needs. Links in the description below the video. Please use those links. It tells them I sent you, and I earn some money from that. Woohoo! I can buy food for my children. I don't have any children. It's for me. The food's for me.
Yeah, you do. You got me.
Yeah, that's true. I've got you and one kid that I drop off every day, but, you know, hey. Ew. Well, somebody's got to talk about poo if Simon's not here, haven't they?
Absolutely.
Yeah, somebody's got to do Simon's job for him. I mean, we've got to read the chat ourselves, so...
I'm still fettling. I must stop.
You are just fettling. Stop it.
I know.
You're getting the beak of inquiry. And his glasses fell off and everything. That was your fault.
The beak of disdain.
The beak of disturbed size. Ugh. So yes, so thank you to eModels and Goblin Gaming. Don't forget, of course, big thank you to my patrons and channel members who support me financially each month. They keep this channel alive, and I couldn't do all this without them because I do this for my living, and it's what I do. So big thanks to them. Little burp in the background there. Big thanks to them. If you want to help support the channel, you can go to become a patron at patreon.com/modelmakingguru. The link's at the bottom of the screen there. Or you can become a channel member by pressing the join button underneath any one of my chat videos. And you'll get loads of access to free stuff, exclusive bits, and access to the free 24/7 off-air Zoom hangout where there's loads of cool kids, all the patrons and members, and all the patrons and members from Colin's channel, Festa67's Workshop.
Yes.
So that's patreon.com/Festa67's Workshop. And of course, you can press the join button under his channel. Colin, shut up, Foxx. How are you doing?
I'm fine and dandy-o, mate. I've been fettling away, as you know, because I can't help myself. No, I'm all right, mate. I've been moving my stash into the refurbed man cave, and I've got a Forge World stash.
I was going to say, there is now an official Forge World stash, isn't there?
Yes, there is. I've just moved my microphone. Yeah, there is, mate.
Go on then.
Pardon me.
What's in the Forge World stash?
I've got
Show your shame.
I've got the trike, haven't I, that Wendy sent me. I've got some dudes that Wendy sent me.
Yep.
I've got the grot tanks.
Grot tanks!
And yeah, soon I will have a squig off body.
You will?
So yeah, it's like, ooh. Yeah.
It's only baby steps. It's got plenty of time to grow and spread.
Absolutely, and I may.
Here we go.
I may have been on their website yesterday having a look.
Oh, I think you should go now, actually. I think you should go now while streaming.
No, because I daren't, because there are funds in my PayPal at the moment.
I think you should go now while we're streaming.
No.
I was very good, actually, yesterday. I also went to the Forge World website yesterday.
Did you now?
And I know why you went to the Forge World website. Is it because you got the email for Forge World?
Might have been, yeah.
Yeah, they sent the email out, and it was like, last chance to buy, and there was some deathcore. I'm like, wait, what? So I went to have a look, and there was a heavy flamer crew and a stubber crew, and I'm like, no.
Yeah, it was kind of.
No.
Yeah,
But
but then I thought, I'll just have a browse. Fatal error.
Because the thing with last chance to buy is it either means they're going to take it away from the store forever, or they'll take it away from the store forever until they bring it back later. And I'm like, I'm not going to fall for it. I'm not going to buy them. I don't need them.
Because you know what's going to happen? I'm going to want the big gun, ain't I?
What, the belly gun for the? Oh, you mean
for the squig off?
Oh, for the squig off. Yes, you're going to want the.
So so you can get where my brain's going, and it's like
you're thinking, I need, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, I need that. Right. So I'm now saving up a Forge World fund.
I've just had a thought.
What?
You should probably turn your headphones off. I've just had a thought. You know when I do that sharp intake of breath and you're talking about like Forge World and stuff, and I go, oh.
Is this one of those la la la, I can't hear you because you've had an idea for an impending build I might be thinking about doing?
I've just had a thought. Do you know that classic image of like the elephant, and then behind it holding onto its tail is a smaller elephant, and then behind it holding onto its tail is a baby elephant, and then it goes on until they're really small?
You're thinking big squig off, next squig off, Bubba squig off.
I'm thinking gargantuan squig off, the next one down which is a giant squig off, then just a reasonable squig off, and then all the way down to the little squig with the motorbike wheel. But all linked together like something like a chain or a rope or something.
And that'll be another long, narrow, thin diagram.
I don't know why I have these ideas that are purely for your benefit and involve a shelf.
You are such a turd.
I know. Really, I don't know where that just came from.
Because he knows I'm going to have space. It's like...
Oh, space! Space!
So yeah, I may be developing a Forge World fund.
Oh, this is the best news ever. Yes.
I know, it's one of them. I thought, well, I've got some Warhammer builds, as you know. I've got me stuff that I've built up already that'll be getting painted. And it's like, there's got to be a Forge World shelf, hasn't there?
That's a long way of saying he realised is that the resistance was futile and started to figure out how to justify the fact he's going to have to spend the money anyway.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm going to end up buying all this stuff, so I might as well figure out why I'm buying it, and so I can explain it.
Yeah, and I thought, well, you know, he's going to be sitting there all loved up because I'll have Forge World and be skint, just like him.
Yeah, you don't need to eat. Food's for wimps. I'm just trimming my thumbnail because I missed a bit and it's really annoying me.
Yeah, I forgot to trim mine. They're a little bit...
Oh, you filthy, dirty little bugger, you filthy, dirty.
Yeah, they grow at peculiar shapes at the moment. Especially that one.
I had a little corner bit there just sticking out, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, you can't have that.
But you miss a corner when you trim your nails, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, I normally give mine a run round with the Infinity Sanders.
I do that.
Yeah, no, but for some reason my pinky finger one wants to grow a bit vertically, which is a bit strange.
What you get to on a Friday night is nothing to do with me.
Absolutely.
So let's have a quick look and see who's in chat. We have, of course, Colin was the first in. You tart, cheap tart, aren't you?
I am. Told you I'm a cheap date.
Yeah, Lynn Dipper is in even. Says, hi, Colin Foxx, sigh. I said sigh, hugs. Oh, which reminds me, I says to Mama Foxx, any message for the guys? And Mama Foxx said, big hugs to Colin. And I said, and any message for Si? And she thought for a long time. And then she went, hugs to Si.
She mulled it over.
She thought for a long time. And he only got hugs, not big hugs. But you have to keep in mind, put it in the context of she's a terror. She knows what she's doing.
Oh, absolutely.
She likes to sow unrest.
She's keeping him on his toes.
Yeah. We have Candy Graham from Mongo. Jeff is in. Hi, Fox Festa and hi, Lynn.
Hello, mate.
Marcus Brune is in. Welcome, Marcus. Big hugs to you.
Hello,
he says,
Marcus.
Hi, Fox and Colin, from a beautiful day in Den Haag. Hello, chat.
Oh, nice.
Mark Shellard is in. Welcome, Mark. And Speedy Q8 is in with his large cup of coffee, no doubt. I, of course...
Oh, nice.
Now, Spid, it is tea. It is tea, but it's got dinosaurs on the cup. So that makes it as good. That makes it as good as coffee. There's two T-Rexes saying, "Oh great, who invited the herbivore?" And the Diplodocus is like, "I brought hummus." So dinosaurs make it better. We have Adeptus Latrina who says, "Ugh, I'm starving," and also says hello from Las Vegas.
Hello, Adeptus.
He says he's got no food in the apartment. going to get some would require the wearing of something other than pyjamas and dinosaur slippers. Therefore, dinosaurs. Therefore, you can walk into any store in dinosaurs. Hang on a minute. You're American. That's the land of people walking into Walmart in their pyjamas. Come on.
I was going to say, yeah, it's normally the thing out there, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, if you can go in on like a little motorised cart as well, that'd be even better. Because then that's really American. And try and maybe carry a shotgun and, verbally abuse the staff. I'll move on. Wendy Hickson's in. Big massive hugs to Wendy Hickson.
Hello, Wendy.
Yes, welcome to you, Wendy. Hey, when you do your trike,
yes,
that Wendy Hickson sent you.
Yeah.
I think, are you going to be painting it, filming it, or painting it, live streaming it?
I'm going to be filming it, mate.
Ah, right. I was going to say, well,
why is that?
I was going to say, if you were painting it live, I'd paint my cat person head that she sent me when you do your trike. But
yeah, I can.
But then no,
I can film the assembly of it because obviously resin on live stream.
Well,
and paint it live. I don't mind, mate.
No, because then it's better if you film it because it's a unique model. I think it's worth filming it properly. So never mind with that one. So, big hugs to you, Wendy. We have Marcus Brown suggests to Adeptus that they get the delivered breakfast.
Ooh.
That would require going nowhere. Now, Lynn Dipple put a comment in. She put an icon comment, an emoji comment with banana, coffee, bagel and donuts.
Oh, nice.
But because it's got a banana, YouTube censored it because it thinks she's talking about willies. So I had to uncensor it for her, which is quite pathetic,
bad,
really.
isn't it?
Pathetic, really. But then she does have, I suppose, a banana and a donut in the same comment. I can see where YouTube was coming from. Lynn Dipple is also in her jammies. Lynn, do your jammies have dinosaurs on them? We need to know.
Yeah, we need to now know.
Yeah. Darren Edmonds is in. Hello, everyone. Welcome, Darren.
Hello, Darren. How are you, mate?
Paul J. Lewis is in as well. Hello, everyone.
Again, Paul.
Mark Shellard, stay off them down cams, please. Don't need to see the goods. Yeah, if we start wearing our underwears.
Yeah.
Iron Man is in. Hey, Foxx, Colin, and all in chat. Welcome, Iron Man. How you doing, buddy? How's that boiler doing? Still working? Still working? It was Iron Man, wasn't it, a couple of years ago?
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah. Paul J. Lewis. We've done Paul J. Lewis. And I think that's everybody in chat so far caught up with.
Oh, you're good, you are.
Adeptus says, there are a bunch of the Kill Team Deathcore boxes at my local store. I had to fight myself not to leave without a paycheck. You should have bought them because of the reasons.
Gary Reynolds is in saying hi all. Hello, Gary.
Hello, Gary. Has he just come in?
No, he was up a bit further up.
Oh, did I miss him? My apologies. Apologies, Gary. I missed him completely. Am I on top chat? Am I on top? Hang on a minute. No, I'm on live chat.
Oh, yeah, he's just above Lynn Dipple. I nearly called her Lynn Ripple then. I'm sorry, Lynn.
Lynn Ripple.
Yeah.
Oh, it's clearly my chat being weird again. I can't see him. Never mind. Oh, there he is. There. No, it's me being a spoon. There he is. Hey, Gary. Apologies. The boiler is still working, but I don't want to say too much. I don't want to jinx it, says Iron Man. Good lad.
Yeah. He had one job.
Yeah.
That's all he had. One job, folks.
Lynn Dipple, by default, asks the question without asking the question. Says, Belly is Captain Crunch and a bowl with chocolate milk, but doesn't do bench.
Oh, so, good girl.
What's the question, Carl? Ask the question, go on.
What's in your belly? What's in your bench? And what is your beverage of choice?
Ooh. Also, what is your bank account details and PIN number? That'd be great, thanks.
Absolutely.
Yep. No, don't
Send
do that
all
one.
donations to Festa67 Workshop at forgeworld.com.
Mm-hmm. Send all complaints to Tony35Helgen at geocities.com. Can I just say thank you to the joint Festa and Guru community, says Iron Man. Watching Friday's show a few weeks ago brought back my modelling mojo and stopped me buying, and now I can afford to marry my dream woman. Well,
brilliant, mate.
Wow. Wait, so we put him off models and now he can afford to get married?
Yeah.
So we stopped him modelling, and that's a good thing. It is a good thing if he can marry his dream woman. No.
Yeah. Yeah, it brought back his modelling mojo and it stopped him just sitting there buying stuff.
I get you. I understand now. now. Glad we could help. Congratulations.
Comfort buying, in other words.
Yeah.
So we have our uses, mate.
Unless his dream woman is actually a 1/35th Dora. In which case it's just very, very cleverly...
Yeah.
You never know.
No, it's always nice to see you in, mate.
Yeah, congratulations, buddy. Well done. Lynn Dipple says, no dinos on a pyjamas, but will a tardigrade do? Absolutely. If you've got a tardigrade on your pyjamas, then even better.
Yeah, that'll do.
Tardigrades are basically honorary dinosaurs. So. Adeptus says, you can crack on, by the way, mate. I'm just reading the chat.
Yeah, I'm just stood up reaching for me sandals.
Oh, lovely. Lovely lad. Joseph Kellyson says, hi all. Welcome, Joseph. Adeptus says, Belly, nothing right now, but maybe chicken and waffles. Bench has been packed away as of Tuesday night. I have the last few minis I painted to post into the boom hut. Oh, cool. Can't wait to see those.
Nice.
And he says, chicken and waffles for lunch later, I mean. And Iron Man says, no, haha, I get more enjoyment out of finishing models than as opposed to buying them. That's what we tell ourselves. That's what we tell ourselves, all of us.
Yeah, I tell myself that and then find them on Forge World's website.
Yeah. I've got that's why we have stashes, because we have to fight that every day. Right, so I'm going today be carrying on working on the Wasbok I can't say it. Wasbom
Dackerjet.
That's the one. That's the one I'm building.
You're good, you are.
I am. That thing. I'm building it as the yellow explodey spiky electric version with all the bits. And of course the big intake. Man. I did a little bit of plastic card shenaniganery last time.
I'm
on Friday.
Really impressed with that.
It looks like I'm doing custom building, but I'm not. I'm actually covering up gaps that I can't be bothered filling. So I'm king of the weasel.
Show me your intake. Show me your intakes. The scratch building. Go on.
Hey.
Remind him.
What?
Show him the inside of your jet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, your jet bells.
You remember that? I'll put it on camera so the bigness is there. Hang on.
Yeah. See, I'm bigging you up here, mate.
Now on here, there's a dirty great mould line or gap seam there and on the top, and I can't fill it because it's inside a tube. So what I did was I put some plastic card strips. You can just about see them because there's little strips that go on the inside, little like control veins on the inside, but there's none there where the seams are. So I just put some little plastic card strips in there.
See, I'm so proud of you.
I know, because it looks like another strip inside. I've made them slightly longer so they look more important, but it also covers up the gap because you can't see the gap there.
I also now get to call you Foxx the Kit Basher.
Foxx the Kit Basher. Yeah. Oh, hello, there was a thing. That was Marcus Brood, €9.99. Thank you very much, Marcus, as ever. Belly, mezzi rigatoni with an olive-based tomato and minced tomato sauce is a spicy meatball. That was meant to be Italian.
I'm impressed.
He's a spicy meatball. That's racist. Bench Ravel Shackleton. Oh, that's the big massive one you showed on your stream, isn't it?
Yeah, him and Ross are doing that as a buddy build.
Yep. Beverage, a 12-year-old Cragnamore for cooking company.
Oh, very sophisticated.
The Scots provide the best cooking company, let's just say.
Are you drinking that with your pinky finger pointing outwards, going, this is a rather nice 12-year-old Cragnamore?
Like that. Ooh.
Yeah. Oh.
Or are you drinking it like it's the Wild West, like gone.
He's drinking it wearing a smoking jacket whilst holding a cigarette in a holder. I know what he's doing.
He's there going, me, the 3rd Earl of Wimborne, in the girls' dormitory after midnight with my reputation.
What possibly could go wrong?
Yes. Thank you very much for that, Marcus. You are very, very kind.
Absolutely.
You paid for me dinner.
He's good.
Bench says, Lynn, Lego Lunar Lander, I'm almost finished.
Oh, nice.
What are you working on today, buddy?
I am working on me Ork truck, mate.
Ork truck.
Doing a bit more on that bad boy.
I like the way it looks like, just from that photograph. If you half look at it, it looks like it's just got like a massively outsticking bottom jaw and it's going, oh.
Yeah, it's gurning, isn't it? It's
like, oh. You know exactly what I mean, don't you?
Yeah, it looks like the York that's driving it.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, Ron Perlman. That's what it looks like.
Ron Perlman in a gurning competition in Barrow.
So, yeah, that's what I'm up to, mate. I've done bits on the bodywork, all done as sub-assemblies. I've done that, got the exhaust, got the engine as a unit.
Get your exhaust out, free for the band.
Geezer in a chair with a spiky helmet.
Would that be a chair geezer?
Yeah, and me chassis,
not chassis. Certain people, well, you know who you are.
With the radiator and that all on there, ready to be painted, and a bit of end caps because there's an horrible, gnarly seam that goes across there, and yeah.
Sometimes, folks, the best way to cover up a gap or a seam is just to put stuff on top of it.
Absolutely, just make an end panel, slap it in there, job done.
Yeah, because if you can go on, sorry.
That's what I'm up to, mate.
Good lad. You've already finished it in about 10 minutes, won't you?
I might have that box with my Dakar jet in there that's going to have the saw. Going to have the saw across it. So
a bit of hot saw action. We can have a bit of that.
Yeah, because I want the wings off of that to use on the other one.
And
I've already decided on the other one. It's going to be a WAS wing.
Ooh.
It's going to be the X-wing, you know.
Oh.
Yeah, because that kind of stirred your juices, that, didn't it?
I've just had a massive flashback to being like 10 years old and making a model of a Spitfire.
Yeah.
And then getting it was a Spitfire. I had an Airfix Spitfire, and I also had an Airfix Hellcat. You know, with the bendy wing. Yeah. The wing with the angle in it, and I made the Spitfire, and then I glued the Hellcat bendy wing over the top and made you know what I made. I was like 10.
So yeah, it's either going to be a Orks wing. See what I did there?
Orks wing, yep.
Could be a wax wing. I don't know. But
wax wing. That sounds painful.
Yeah, wax wing.
Have your wings waxed.
So...
Oh. Makes your eyes water.
I did that for charity once. That's all I'll say. I screamed like a ballerina who had stubbed her toe.
Do you know? Here's an embarrassing admission. I had my back waxed once. The girlfriend at the time had gone in for all kind of bits and bobs, and and I was like,
caboodle.
And she convinced me for the. So I thought, well, I'll have my back waxed, back and chest waxed and all that.
Oh, you had the BSC, did you?
Well, yeah, the C wasn't really an option. I wasn't going for that much. I wasn't that stupid. But I said, well, try it. I was like, no, I don't want to. Go on then. Try it on the back and see what happens. It was like a hot wax thing. Yeah. I tell you, it wasn't that pain. It was painful, but it wasn't that bad. But then for the next week, my back just burst out in these little red spots, and it was sore for like a week.
I was like a cat around a scratching pole. There wasn't a door frame in my house that I wasn't scratching against. It was like,
But it was like, I had these little red bloody spots all over my back for like a week.
Yeah.
Like those little tiny cuts. I'm like, I'm not having that done again.
Yeah, it's the one thing when you're half man, half Wookiee, you only ever do once in your lifetime. It's like, I'm not going through that again.
And you go from half man, half Wookiee to frightened, screaming schoolgirl in like 2 seconds.
You're like one of those cats without the fur. You're just an handful of stubble, isn't you? It's just like,
and everything. Oh yeah. And then you see some woman that's gone in for a Brazilian, and it's like, I don't know how you do it.
Yeah, it's like Yeah.
Anyway, moving on very swiftly. Let's have a look. Quick chat. Adeptus says, "Oh yeah, as family tradition on this day every year, I must say this: hooray, hooray! It's the 1st of May. Outdoor Censored starts today."
Yeah.
We can guess what Censored was. Let's have a look. Paul Lewis. Go on.
No, that's all right, mate. Paul Lewis, belly, nothing yet. Steak and chunky chips later for dinner. On the bench, an Azzy Gower with an H, 124 Ferrari 348 TB. Yeah, I know it's not Warhammer, but and beverage is extra strong tea. Mate, don't have to be Warhammer, mate. Not everything's Warhammer.
No.
We have to do as well.
We have to do Warhammer because it's Warhammer Sunday, but you can do what you want.
Yeah, do what you like, mate.
All models are models, and all Warhammer is models, and models are Warhammer, and all Warhammer are models. And something's gone wrong in my brain now.
Yeah.
I forgot to say, by the way, my beverage, of course, is Barry's tea with dinosaurs on the cup. Barry's tea is the most important thing of the day, and all of the day. Dinner tonight will be cheese, onion pie, and chips.
Oh, nice.
We were supposed to have it yesterday, but Mum and Fox wanted KFC. We were supposed to have it the day before, but we're falling out. Hang on a second. Whoa. We shall be back momentarily, children. Please stand by. Control your pants. And we're back. There we go.
And you're back.
Yes, we were supposed to have it the day before yesterday, but Mum and Fox wanted KFC.
Yeah.
We were supposed to have it the day before that, but Mum and Fox wanted Chinese. Yeah, we've been trying to have it. Yeah, it's one of them. It's one of them. What do you call it? In the tin, put it in the oven for 40 minutes.
Yeah.
What are they called? The company that makes the pies.
Fray Bentus.
That's the one. Yeah. Which the cheese and onion one actually is bizarre, right? The cheese and onion one, which is mostly cheese and onion flavoured soup, comes out quite lumpy.
Yeah.
But if you put like the chicken or the steak and onion one in, which should be quite lumpy, they come out like soup in pastry.
Oh, right.
Yeah, they're a bit rubbish then. But the cheese and onion one comes out quite solid, so it's quite nice. What are we up to? That's a cool looking Colin. Oh, that is cool looking Colin, sorry. Says Lynn. That's a cool looking Colin.
Yeah. I was going to say, the first thing I did there was check the angle on my webcam.
That's a cool looking Colin.
Yeah.
Paul Ditter is in. Afternoon, my little fluff bunnies of delight.
Hello, Paul.
He's after something.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been messaging me for advice on Patreon the last few days. Glad I could help, Paul. Hello, Foxx and Colin. Hope you're both well. Hello in chat, says Joel Grit. Welcome, Joel. Nice to see you.
Hello, mate.
Speedy Curate says it's Barry Nonsens. Dinosaur Cup is cool though. Why am I? Hang on, I'm getting email prompts. That's not right. That should be turned off. Let me just turn that off. That is now turned off. There we go. I don't need people to see a pop-up saying your subscription to Porn World is anything like that. That's probably not what you want. Email. That was a joke, by the way.
Well, each to their own.
Or was it? You'll never know.
No.
It wasn't me. I didn't touch anything on his guff, says Paul Lewis. It probably was, which means that, because I don't know what he's talking about, so he's clearly admitting nothing before we know he's done it.
Absolutely. We'll convict you anyway, mate, because that's what we do.
Whatever it was, I didn't do it. What have you done? Oh.
Yeah. Big boy did it and run away.
Yeah. Did what? Oh. It's when you make the corner that you then find yourself in. It's quite amusing. Belly is empty, says Joel Grit. Just polished the 124th Tamiya Nissan Skyline R32 Nismo.
Oh, nice.
I like that word, Nismo. Paul Ditter confirms Frey Bentos. Mark Shellard says, banana donut, go on YouTube, muck about with that donut, but it didn't censor him.
It's weird that, isn't it?
Yeah. Maybe it's like the first time it thinks, maybe. Because I suppose a lot of spam comments have things like that.
Well, I suppose once you had actually accepted it, YouTube's algorithm has probably gone, he hasn't got a problem with nanas.
Yeah. But stay steady now. Or it could be purely because it was just emojis, maybe.
Could be.
Don't know. Paul Ditter says, Frey Bentos is the most disgusting, wonderful, wrong, but so right. It's like the pot noodle of pies.
Yeah.
But like I say, it's really weird how the runny ones come out lumpy, which is you don't want a pie, right? When you try and get a Frey Bentos, for those that don't know, in the UK, there's a brand called Frey Bentos, and you get this tin. Imagine a pie-shaped tin. You take the lid off with your can opener, and inside is pie. You put it in the oven for 40 minutes, and you bring it out, and it goes like that, and makes a tube, big pie tube. And you cut out and you take it out the tin. You just cook it in the tin. The problem is, for most of them, you cut the pastry and it deflates like that.
Yeah, you end up with mince.
And you end up with like a pie crust with mince. But the thing is, when you try and get it out, the mince is like a liquid. So if you're trying to split up the pie into people's plates, you can't do that. It's not like you're cutting open a thick pie and taking a slice out.
You resort to the spoon, don't you?
Yeah.
Just scoop it out.
Big scoopy spoon. So basically you just get like mince and chips with a bit of pie crust. The crust is great. But for some reason the cheese and onion one, which has little squares of something in it, but I'm not quite sure what. I'm not quite sure what that is, because cheese and onions are like the onions in the sauce. It's like, I don't know what. That comes out lumpy, which is quite nice. There you go. Darren Edmonds says, Bench, working on my Ural motorbike again, belly waiting for a homemade Chinese feast. Woo!
Oh, nice.
Homemade Chinese feast. Right, do some work, Fox, sure.
Yeah, road trip. Whereabouts and who's the nearest to you, Darren?
Yeah, what?
Only we'll be on our way.
When we say road trip, I mean you come to us and just drop it off in the porch and then go, because you don't need to stay. Just leave it in the porch. No contact delivery. Just leave it in the porch and bugger off.
Yeah.
We like you, but not that much. We just want your food.
Brutal.
How much do you like me? Leave the food in the porch and go, okay.
Yeah. All right then.
That much then, eh? Yeah.
Come back later and collect the plate.
Yeah. We'll leave the plate and our shoes outside. Right, so what am I working on now? So I've done this. I can't say all the electric dangly bits really interest me that much, but I'll do them anyway. I don't know what weapon... I'm supposed to drill them out. I don't even know what weapons they are.
Paul Ditter says a pie each.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because when we do them, it really is like a pie between me and Mama Fox. It's never quite enough. You know when you did your Weka Daka Daka Jet?
Yeah.
Did you put all the electric explodey weapons on?
I put everything on it because that was the remit. Everything in the box had to go on it. All the
I
weapons.
can't tell,
on it.
like, these weapons on the wings, if they're supposed to be, like, a hollow barrel or not. I'm not quite sure what they are. Are they supposed to be, like, electrical or something? I'm not sure what weapons it's supposed to...
No.
Oh, hang on. Because it's got these new instructions where it doesn't tell you what the weapons are, just the values.
Yeah, I got bombs, weapons. I got them. I got them ones.
Yeah, it's the ones that are on the... Oh, mind you've put everything on it, haven't you, so...
Yeah. Yeah, I drilled the barrels out.
Drill out the barrels.
You're on about them ones, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I drilled the barrels out, mate.
I'm not sure whether they're supposed to be like electric weapons or what they're supposed
I've
to be.
no idea. I just thought it's got a barrel. I'm drilling that bad boy.
Yeah. So they're supposed to drill the barrels out or not.
But yeah, it was pretty much anything and everything that came in that box. Yeah.
Oh, actually, hang on. It does show them with... Oh, no, hang on. I'm being a spoon. There's a bit that goes on the end that does have a drilled out barrel. Okay, well, there we go. That's better. I can shut up now. There we go. Let's have a look. Chaplin is in, says, hi all. Death Guard on the bench, fish and chips on the way. Both of those things are cool. Especially the fish and chips. Now, what fish and chips? Oh. Yeah, Paul Ditter says, I'm sorry, spit the pie up into people's plates. What?
Yeah.
That's why he then says a pie each. Yeah, welcome, Chaplin. Welcome.
Welcome to our fun and frivolity.
Yeah, now the food discussion will really start because Frankie Goes Hobby was just come in. Hi Fox, hi Colin, everyone. Hugs to you all and to Mama Fox too. Thank you very much.
Hello, Frankie. How are you, my friend?
So Frankie, the question is always what's in your belly and what's in your belly, because you do all the food, so we'll just let you do the belly bit.
Oh yeah, Frankie Ramsey, mate.
Yep. Whatever he made. Frankie could just have like 3 slices of meat and a pickle on his plate and it'd look fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Right, I'm fighting my rug and my cushion. It's just ridiculous. Easy now. Tiny spider pig. Is that like a little money spider pig?
Yeah, that was one of those. Moved slightly and out pops a spider pig moment.
46 and 47 I need.
Yeah.
It'll be A46. The one sprue that's labelled A. I like the fact that A sprue is labelled A, but B, C and D aren't even labelled at all.
Yeah, they don't bother with that.
What about sprue B? Son, you're on your own.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mum.
Oh, really?
Oh, you know, I did my stream last night. You'll be sad that you were. Colin was. I was hoping that Colin would join me last night for my Dodge Charger building stream, but sadly he'd fallen asleep. He'd been roofied by the missus, so he couldn't join. But you'll be sad that you missed it because I buggered something up.
Oh, you didn't?
I broke a thing.
I missed mockage opportunities.
I know.
Damn.
I broke a thing, but on watching somebody else's stream, it's not just me that's had a problem with that component.
Is it repairable?
No. There's well, not for me. There's a little tiny switch, right?
Yeah.
That goes behind the brake pedal.
Yeah.
So when the tail lights are on, if you press the brake pedal, it makes them brighter.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the switch was a little tiny switch with 4 little metal pins coming out the bottom.
Yeah, I know the ones.
Yeah, and you get like the wires on 2 of them. The instructions didn't show anything that related to what you actually had in the switch. They had the switch in this little space with the wires coming out bent like that.
Yeah.
You can't really do that because they're on metal pins, and it didn't show what to do with the metal pins.
Yeah.
So I'm bending all these little metal pins to try and get it to fit the way they want it to, and then one of the little metal pins snapped off where the wire is, and I'm like, well, that's that.
Do you want me to send you some? Look, I've got a big box full of them now.
Yeah, I wouldn't even know how to begin to connect it to the wire, so I wouldn't worry about it.
I could solder a live and a neutral to it.
It's got a plug on the other end, though.
It's all right. It's easy enough. What type of plug? I've got plugs and all.
The little tiny ones that come with the. It's fine. It's just the one that makes the lights go brighter when you press the brake pedal. So
I offer, folks. I offer to help him.
I know.
He turns me down every time.
But it's just pointless.
I'm not sad. I'm not sad about it.
Not sad. I'll have to take it all apart again now, anyway. But no. So it was like, oh well, it's. I mean, the reality is that once I've actually turned it on and put the lights on and filmed it for 5 minutes, I'll take the batteries out and never turn it on again. So
That's what I did with me bus. It gets switched on maybe once or twice, and then that's it. The rest of the time,
Yep. So given the fact it's not even going to have the batteries in it, because it doesn't really bother me. It's a shame, but it's more just the instructions didn't bear any reality to the component you actually had in your hands, because it looked like a little square box with wires coming out of it, but that's not what you had. So it didn't tell you what to do with the metal pins on the left-hand side.
Yeah, it's just a tactile switch, isn't it?
Yeah, and you're supposed to bend the wires round, but how do you bend the wire on? It's on a little metal pin. It's not that easy. So trying to bend it round, that's where it snapped. I've seen other people do it and they managed to do that without snapping it, but hey, it was a 50-50 thing. It was going to break or it wasn't. So, yeah.
Did you do a Wibblekins?
No, I'm like, well, never mind. I was like, broken it. Oh, well, that's on Fan Home, or that's on D'Agostini for the instructions not being clear and not actually matching the component I have.
Yeah, they didn't account for the Foxx factor.
No, they didn't account for the thing not matching what you're actually doing.
Lynn did an emoji one and I just had to unhide it.
Where is it?
Oh, bless her, yeah.
Why is it censoring Lynn? That's weird.
Yeah, she put in Hi Dorker with 2 side dinosaurs, typed in hugs. I just had to take it off of unhide. Isn't that weird?
Yeah. What Foxx doesn't realise, says Chris, he's got 3 more switches the same to deal with. Yeah, I know about those. I don't know if you've done those yet, but hopefully they're in much easier locations that don't require... Yeah.
He had one simple job, Chris.
Shonky design nonsense. Chris also says that twice. So what Chris doesn't realise is that once you've posted it...
Yeah.
I joke. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm worried about the other switches now. I mean, at the end of the day, if I completely break it and none of the lights work, I'm not really fussed. It doesn't really matter. It's annoying, but it's not the end of the world. I know you've probably got all the relevant bits of wire and switches there, but...
No, like I say, if you change your mind, you want one made, I'll make you one. It's not a problem.
Aye. I'd have to send you the original so you could see what size they were, so...
Yeah, that's all right, mate. You know me.
But I'll probably just break that as well anyway. Trying to do the same thing. Yeah. It's fine.
Bless you.
At the end of the day, it's good that I show these things on the videos, because then people can see what they're up against.
Absolutely.
I went and watched a few other people's build videos and they all had the same problem. It's like, wait, this isn't what... This is... what am I supposed to do with these pins? What? That doesn't tell you what?
Yeah, but say D'Agostini, Italian, wiring, think of Fiat, think of Alfa Romeo.
I don't think
Just
that
saying.
branch of... I don't think that branch of Diag is actually Italian, you know?
Ain't it?
I don't think so. For some reason. I think
I know
not.
the Panini side is, isn't it? And oh no, it's Model Space is over here now, isn't it?
Yeah. I think D'Agostini Publishing.
No, it is Italy, because my Rossi bike is D'Agostini Model Space, and that comes from Italy.
Oh, well, that could be because some releases are only in certain countries. I don't know. Like the X-Wing was in the UK, but it was no longer in the US and things like that. So, but I know because it's funny, if you actually look up D'Agostini, the company is massive. They've got so many different things. It's not just part works.
No.
They do like educational stuff, books, publishing. They probably do like weapons and things as well. They probably sell missiles to people, and I don't know.
Yeah, build your own D'Agostini nuclear missile available in.
Build your own man pads. I don't like that word. If ever there was a bad name for any kind of military technology.
Sends the wrong image, doesn't it?
Sergeant, bring to me all the man pads. Is this one of them things like asking for a glass hammer? You're fired. Yeah.
Dan's in, Flano, mate.
Hey, Dan.
Mate.
Hello. Let's have a look. Frankie says, I have deer with pear, cranberry sauce and croquette. Is that the right word for deep fried mashed potato? Yes, it is. In my belly, and bench is empty. Instead, I abused my Jupiter synth. Oh, Jupiter synth. Oh.
Yeah, new best friend forever now, then.
Yeah. If I somehow accidentally find myself with a couple of grand, I'd get myself a Jupiter synth and some sort of other hardware for recording. I wouldn't really, but I'd be very, very tempted.
Which means he would buy it then.
No, can't afford to. I shouldn't do that. If I won the lottery, I absolutely would.
Yeah.
I love all the details on this weapon. There's like a little lamp on the side and everything.
That's the thing with that WAS bomb. The detail on there is phenomenal, isn't it?
The Daka. That's what I call it now.
It's just one of them models. If you haven't built it, folks, go and grab one.
The WAS bomb beatbox.
Yeah. It's just got something about it, isn't it? It's a really enjoyable build.
It's completely nuts. It's also one of the most pleasing aircraft kits you'll ever build because it just goes together.
Yeah.
To quote, I've forgotten his name. Forget it. The joke's dead now. I was going to say, to quote the bloke from Bethesda, whose name I can't remember, the guy that owns Bethesda that runs it. I should know his damn name. It just works. But the joke's dead now, so. What I will do is get rid of the mould line from down the middle of this tube. This ribbed tube. Ribbed for your pleasure.
Tubularity.
Look at the tubularity. I never know with these ribbed tubes whether they're supposed to be like plastic tubes like you get on the back of your spray booth or your washing up machine, or whether they're supposed to be like metal tubes. I much prefer them to be like plasticky tubes. Like it's like it's like bendy straw texture, that corrugated bit.
Yeah, it's got that crinkle factor to it, isn't it?
Yeah. That if you were to stretch it out and bang one end, it'd make that cool kind of bass, like bow 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 noise.
Crinklage. Sarah Jane is in.
Hey, Sarah Jane.
Sorry for dropping out of chat earlier. Friend was in crisis. Thanks for all the kind comments on my build. Also, Rossi is currently in 10th place at Brands. Cheers for the update, my darling. Not a problem, Sarah Jane. Not a problem, mate. Is your friend okay? That's the key.
Sarah Jane, you putting sport in my chat. Oh. Yes, hope your friend's okay.
Yeah. Wasn't gonna challenge her on that. I'm not getting fined.
Yeah. Oh, I've got fines up the wazoo. It's water off a duck's back.
I wish I had one of them small violins.
Ooh, flashes your tube, says Quano Man.
Dan, honestly, mate, if he was to knock his camera, yeah.
What? Oh, steady now.
Yeah, because it is a very hot day and...
don't get him too excited.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an image you can't undo now, Dan.
Well, would you want to undo it? I don't know. Some people wouldn't. Steady Neris. Family friendly.
Yeah.
I've had compliments. What? I'm gluing some stuff together now. Shut up. Colin, friend is fine now, thanks, says Sarah Jane.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Good lad. Ooh, got a dirty great gap all the way around that. Whoa. Sorry, Foxx, forgot your name. Hugs. Do you know? Do you know? I'll come in here again.
Oh, Wibblekins. Come on, show me on the dolly where the nasty person touched you.
The dolly.
Don't know where that came from at all, but yeah.
I say that to like people who are like science deniers when they make some stupid ludicrous claim.
Yeah.
I just say, show me on the doll where the science touched you.
Yeah.
Because
you clearly, flat earthers beware. Yeah.
You clearly hate it.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen one of them things where you see something so dumb that you have to respond to it even though it's not your conversation?
Sometimes you've got to resist, haven't you? I mean, you do. You sit there and you think, hold up a minute. Did I just see that and read that right? Yeah.
I didn't yesterday. I was on Twitter. I posted a thing on Twitter.
Yeah.
And then in my feed was this tweet from somebody I've never heard of. I don't know, some person I've never heard of. Photograph of some contrails in the sky. And I'm like, oh, I can see where this is going. And the person was like, look at this, there's proof. This has never happened before. Proof of the chemtrails, blah, blah, blah. Because this has never been seen before. And I'm like, So I read through some of the responses, and apparently she's a bit of a plane spotter, but she's never seen contrails before and just believes they're proof of chemtrails.
Oh.
And I'm like, oh dear Lord. And this woman, the woman in the picture is obviously in her 30s or 40s, so she's not like a 12-year-old. I have never seen this before, and therefore it's proof of chemtrails. I'm like, how can you've never... So all the comments were like, here are some photographs from like bomber runs in 1946. Here's some contrails.
Oh, yeah, opened up a...
Yeah. So I've finally got to use a picture that's been in my Facebook pictures folder for ages of things I can post on Postbook, image responses. And it was just a photograph of a plane on a runway, but everything was labelled chem, like chem passengers, chem wheels, chem wings, chem grass, chem horizon, chem sky, chem buildings, chem trees.
Oh, bless you.
And I was like, that's my entire response. I was like, I can't let such stupidity go. How can somebody be...
Just makes you wonder sometimes, doesn't it?
Yeah, in their 40s, let's say, and not have ever seen a contrail before. It's like, oh, God, some people are so stupid. Also, I was like, why is that in my Twitter feed? Just block that moron from the start.
Yeah, Twitter goes through stages, doesn't it?
Yeah, sometimes it's funny, but sometimes you just got to react.
Yeah, it does leave you wondering sometimes where these people come from, doesn't it?
Yeah. Hello, Mama Foxx.
Oh, bless her.
Okay, admission time. Says Paul J. Lewis. I know exactly zip about Warhammer and have no interest in playing the game. However, as a modeller, I do fancy building some of the larger vehicles. What would you recommend?
Oh.
Well. Even if you've got no interest in Warhammer at all, the kits themselves are lovely to build and lovely to paint. So, if you want to try a kit, I would simply say, have a look through what's available and just see what tickles your fancy.
Yeah.
They've got tanks, planes, all kinds of different vehicles, figures. Just go through the Games Workshop website, or even better, go to Goblin Gaming. Use the link in the description below my video. Go to Goblin Gaming and just look through the 40k stuff and just browse through and be like, I like that. Because whatever you get, it's going to be a good kit. There are very few
absolutely.
Very few clunker kits. Personal recommendations, if you want to build something big and fun, it'd be like the Bane Blade or an Imperial Knight or the Valkyrie Dropship, which is really cool.
Oh, yeah.
Valkyrie Dropship's lovely. But it depends. I always say, just browse through. And if nothing tickles your fancy, then you're not spent the money. But if you look at something, oh, I like the look of that, then go for it. You're assured a fun build and a very fun paint. Sarah Jane
Absolutely.
says, Colin, Rossi 8th, 18 minutes to go. I'll keep talking about motorsports to annoy Foxx.
Oh, bless her.
Heresy, sports. Nobody likes sport. Nobody actually watches sport, really. Come on now. Yeah, so
keep the updates coming, Sarah Jane. Keep them coming.
Yeah. So Paul J. Lewis, you don't have to... I mean, I've never played a game. I have an interest in playing the game one day, but it doesn't bother me if I don't. I just love the models. They're really simple to build, really fun for the most part, and they're lovely to paint. They are designed to be extra chunky, so you can paint them like with a brush if you need to, and they're just fun to paint. And they're some of the best models you're going to get, some of the best fit. They put some of the proper model manufacturers to shame, so... Just think of them like any other model kit. Forget this Warhammer. Just look at them and think, I like that, I'll build that.
Yeah.
That looks like an interesting X, Y, or Z, I want to build that. But personally recommend the Bane Blade, the Valkyrie, and the Imperial Knight as just 3 standout, fun to build kits.
Like you say, if you like the look of it, that's the one to get.
Depends what you normally make. If you're thinking like armour, like tanks and planes and stuff, then have a look through. It depends what website you're on. If a website's got filters so you can choose between Imperial or Xenos or Chaos or whatever, the different factions, then Imperial Guard or Astra Militarum is where the tanks are at. Tanks and vehicles and stuff. Don't go to Forge World though. I mean, you should go to Forge World, but that's all resin, so...
Of course, you've got your simple builds like a Lehman Russ.
Yeah, Lehman Russ, little tank.
That'll get you started.
I can show you a Lehman Russ. If I can get the cabinet open from the wrong angle. That's a Lehman Russ. with the gun that fell off.
Pickle tanks. No, it just depends at the end of the day what you fancy.
Yeah. Depends what you fancy, what you want to spend. Just browse through, look through everything, and literally just see what tickles your fancy. Because you never know. Because the thing is, different people like different genres, so it's easy for me to say, go and get a Baneblade, but if you're not into like big tanks or armour, it's not going to be something you're going to be interested in, is it?
It's pointless exercise, isn't it?
La 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 la, build more Space Marines, says Adeptus Latrina. Space Marines. Colin got IndyCar next and NASCAR, lovely, says Sarah Jane.
Oh, good for you. Nice Saturday entertainment there, Sarah.
She also says, Paul J. Lewis build race cars and bikes much better than Warhammer. Does amuse me that she feels that, but yet comes to watch Warhammer Sunday. I feel quite privileged that despite the disdain for the subject matter, she values my company so much that she puts up with you just to spend time with me. I like that.
I know. She's brilliant, isn't she?
Yeah.
I see what you did there.
You see what I did there?
Yeah.
She's sitting there throwing crisps at the TV now. No.
Yeah, don't you go picking on Festa. Yeah, I know. It's you that's going to get fined, mate, not me.
I've got fines like parking tickets. I'm fine.
Yeah.
Paul says, I do build race cars 1/12th and supercars 1/24th and some bikes in 1/9th. And she says, well done, Paul, you're learning. Where's me? There it is. Yeah, just look. It's like with anything. It's very hard when someone say, "I'm just starting in this genre. What should I build?" And it's never. You can never really. I never say build this.
No. I mean, I did that when you first muted about Warhammer to me, when it was, well, what kits would you suggest? And straight away you just said, well, you're Ork.
Yeah.
So look within that, just do a search for that and see what takes your fancy. And
yeah, that's because I kind of
literally
what
the
you
vehicles,
like, so.
yeah, the vehicles just jumped out and started talking to me, and it was like.
But if it's somebody I don't know, like saying, I want to get into Gunpla. What Gunpla should I build? Which model should I? It's like, well, I don't know. Just go through and what I think is cool might not be your taste, but you might find something else. So.
Absolutely.
Unless I know the person, I'll always just say, have a look through and see whatever jumps out and says, build me, that's what you need to build. That's the easiest way to do it. I'm always wary when someone says, what should I build? And somebody else says, you should build this particular model. It's like, well, how do you know they're going to like that? Just because you liked it. I mean, they're going to like it. It's hard.
Everyone is different. That's how I see it.
Every sperm is sacred. Wait, what?
That sounded wrong, mate.
It's Monty Python, mate. It's Monty Python!
Like and subscribe.
What's your belly tonight then, buddy? What are your dinner going to be? Chicken, I'm going to guess. Roast chicken is Sunday, isn't it?
Yeah, it's roast chicken. Yeah.
I know your menu better than you do now.
Yeah.
Oh. My dad used to make a turkey roast every Sunday. It was one of those, like, in a metal tray, bang it in the oven for half an hour, block of turkey.
Oh,
right. It was a bit like an eating squig. It's just a block of turkey, a square block of turkey. All it was missing was the googly eyes and the mouth on the front. It'd be an eating squig. And he used to make it, and with, like, veggies and stuff and Yorkshires. At first, it was like, oh, this is really nice. We have this every Sunday. It's brilliant. Sunday's roast dinner day. Yay! After 2 years, the mere taste, the mere taste of that turkey roast, just the square block of turkey that you put in the oven.
Yeah, I remember it. Yeah,
made me heave. I'm like, I can't do this anymore. It'd be like, it's Sunday. Oh God, it's roast turkey again, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be that turkey roast thing. Did it have is it the one with the skin thing round it?
I can't remember. I never got that involved. It just turned up on. I was young, so it just turned up on a plate when I was a kid.
Yeah. It's like, they've discovered this new fandangled thing, and
new amalgamated turkey parts for all the family. And it was not. Don't get me wrong. It was delicious with the gravy and the veggies and the roasties, and Dad enjoyed cooking it because he was an idiot and he liked cooking things. Oh, and anybody that likes cooking is clearly stupid. When you can just dial a phone number and some man turns up with food, it's just much easier. But yeah, it was like, at first I was like, this is really nice, we're being all civil, because we used to have like simple meals at dinner time, Mum and Dad. It was like simple meals, ham and chips, you know, whatever. We had simple food. But then it's like Sunday was like, let's have Sunday roast. It's proper civilised.
Yeah.
After 2 years, I'm like, I want to take my own life now. If you feed me that again, just don't.
Yeah. Please don't make me sit there and suffer that again.
Yeah. It's like, we shall have turkey. Oh, please, can you not?
Yeah. That's when the thought of divorcing your parents enters your head for the first time, isn't it?
Filing for child abuse. Show me on the doll where the turkey touched you.
Yeah.
Touch me in my belly. Time for the bit of glue and squeeze. Oh, I heard a fantastic paleontological term this week.
Oh.
I learned a new paleontology term. You know, the study of fossils and stuff.
Yeah.
There's actually a phrase for when they find a fossil of a land animal in deep water fossil beds.
Oh, right.
Like, you find like a stegosaurus, but in a fossil bed that's at the bottom of a shallow ocean. It's like, well, why is there a stegosaurus at the bottom of this? How would it get 5 miles out from the coastline to be buried? And this specific video I watched was about this ankylosaurus that I can't remember the name of, that they found. It was wonderfully preserved, incredibly preserved. You look at the fossil and it's got like the skin and the plates. It looks like the animal's just lying down. It's amazing. It's not just bones. And they came up with the phrase called, and I love this phrase, bloat and float.
Oh.
Bloat and float. I love it. It's basically the animal dies on the shoreline, gets washed a little way out to sea, but as obviously it decomposes and all the gases build up,
it inflates, and
floats to the surface. And then when it eventually like punctures or whatever, it sinks down, but it's upside down, so it lands in the mud. Then it gets covered over, and it perfectly preserves the top half because it's upside down in the mud.
Yeah.
And it's anaerobic. But it's a bloat and float, so it floats off into the water. That's how you find like land animals a mile out to in a seabed or a lake bed or something. I was like, oh, that's the best phrase ever, bloat and float.
Sarah Jane's asking you what the reference is with the missing Aussie pilot.
Aha. Well, I've decided with these streams, because what I was going to do was excuse me, I was going to just put like an interesting title on each one and then give us something to talk about. However, what I've decided is I'll put the interesting title on there, and it's generally going to be something about like an urban myth or a conspiracy theory or something interesting and weird, but I'll give it as fuel for the viewer later on to go and do a Google adventure.
Yeah.
Because if you start looking it up, like Frederick Valentich, you'll start on this like rabbit hole of all the websites So I'm not going to explain them too much, because it's giving you guys something to read later on when you want to just sit and play with Google for a few hours. And you will, a lot of them you will find. Like, you know, the John Titor one, the Time Traveller Zero. You could be hours reading all the different things about that. But yes, you're correct. Frederick Valentich was an Australian pilot that disappeared. The UFO community blame UFOs, whereas everybody else just blames inexperienced, stupid pilot.
Yeah, stupid pilot that didn't know how to navigate by instruments or whatever.
And was doing something a bit weird, but they don't know what, and they never will. But there are some mysteries around it, like the mystery of the recordings of the conversation with air traffic control that were never released to the public and now seem to have vanished. Apparently his parents have a copy. And I did manage to find, if anybody wants it, if anybody's interested in this kind of thing and is actually, interested in Fred Valentich, I managed to find a snippet of the original air traffic control recording, because it was described as the conversation had carried on, then transmission stopped, and then there was the mystery came from this thing then that just said strange metallic noises, scraping noises. And that's what the UFO kind of community focused on. But they'd never heard, and I managed to find that snippet. I can't remember where I found it. It was quite a while ago. So I've got the little the bit of the recording that's the strange metallic noises. As far as I can tell, it's the real thing. But the idea was he thought he was being pursued by lights and stuff, all this kind of stuff. But the conclusion at the end was, I'll leave you to find that out for yourself.
Isn't it surprising, though, Since everyone's been walking around with 1080p mobile phone cameras, the amount of UFO sightings seems to have diminished from the days when it was a dodgy old cloudy Instamatic camera shot.
I wouldn't say they've diminished, but what amuses me is the fact that, given that it is the day of high definition mobile phone cameras that everybody's got on their phones, unless you're walking around with a 1998 Nokia N95 with a half an eighth of a twelfth of a megapixel camera, that every time you get footage, it's crappy potato cam, and it's like, really? Because, you know, if I see a plane flying over my house, like, I can hear a helicopter outside, and I'll go outside and take my phone with me and film it to see if it's anything interesting. Yeah. Because sometimes it's been a military helicopter, I've filmed it and posted it up on Facebook. Hey, look, it's a Chinook. And that's like, I zoom in fully with my iPhone, and it still looks like a half-decent picture. Yeah. So, yeah, it just makes UFO claims even less likely, because it's like, hang on, you just have... And it's always like, here's this amazing footage of UFO that only runs for 2 seconds. Yeah. What, you only filmed it for 2 seconds? You've seen this life-changing thing and you only filmed it for 2 seconds? Yeah. I don't think so. I don't think so. Where are we? Sarah Jane says, what gets me about it is a person took a picture on that day claiming it's a UFO. Anyone with a brain can see it's a fly. That was the farmer, wasn't it? A farmer took a photograph in an area. Quano Man says, I think I had that bloat and float thing when a fart backfired.
Why am I not surprised?
Yeah. All I can see now is the old All Creatures Great and Small, where every episode they'd have at least one sheep that got bunged up and they had to pop it. Speedy Curate, paleo joke. Man walks into the gift shop of a museum and asks, do you have recommendations for dinosaur books by a female author? The assistant says, try Sarah Tops.
See what you did.
I didn't get that until I read it out.
Yeah. Dinosaurs. You can have that one.
Always the best. So yeah, from now on I'll put little interesting titles that I might talk about a little bit, but I'm going to leave the mystery, because it's once you finish watching this you can go off and research it. And there won't always be that, but sometimes you'll get one that you'll go off into a real adventure, because I love nothing more than, it's usually on a weekend. When I used to work Monday to Friday, on a Sunday, on a Saturday I'd draw my comic strip, and on a Sunday I'd post the comic strip, and then I'd just take a chill out for a couple of hours, and I'd sit and I'd read something, and I'd go off on an adventure around Google, and it'd always be like a mystery type thing, like, I don't know, Time Slips or Fred Valentich, or, you know, all kinds of different things. The things where you just end up going from a forum to another post to this website, and then somebody wrote about this, and then there's... I love it. Most of it's nonsense, of course, but it's just fun to read sometimes. Right, so I've made those two. I keep trying to flip my lenses down when they're not actually on my glasses.
You spoon.
I know. I've done that. I could assemble the cockpit, the rear gunner cockpit part.
Yeah, go on, do it.
Do you not get a dude in that, though? Do you not get a dude for that rear cockpit? How does it work? It's like a shield generator.
There is a rear gunner. I'm sure there is.
I can't... No, it's a shield generator or something, isn't it? Is it that gun or is it a shield generator? I can't remember now. It's a downside. They don't tell you what stuff is in this. So... I think the thing that sticks out the back is a shield generator. I think. Like an ion shield. Not an ion shield. What do they call it in Warhammer? I can't remember now. Can't remember! And in the old instructions, they used to, when you were building a weapon, they'd say heavy bolter or stubber. But they don't do that anymore.
Sarah Jane says, I'm sorry if I ruined what you intended with your comment.
No, not at all.
You didn't ruin it at all, Sarah Jane.
I would have mentioned it anyway. You got me to mention it, which is great, because I was about to forget to mention it. But sometimes I'll just talk about it, and sometimes I'll just skirt around it. But no, honestly, you've done. That's the point of the tiles.
Not ruined anything, Mayor, my love. Don't even think it.
Nope. That's why I do them.
Adeptus is off, says see you guys later, and Edward Leonard is in.
Hey, Edward. Adeptus, put on some goddamn pants and go and get some food, for the love of dog. And then get back and put your pyjamas back on and eat all the food and get fat.
Yeah, tell us what you've got so that we can then moan because we haven't got it.
Yeah. Yes, no, Sarah Jane, not a problem at all. That's why I do it, so people talk about it. And I'm impressed that you knew who it was. This is where you have to tell me you knew that and you didn't look it up first and then mention it. That'd be even more impressive. A15 and 63. Or... Oh, and A16. 15, 16 and 63. A63! Not A11. 63. 63.
Like and subscribe.
What do I want? 15, 16 and 63. Like and subscribe. 15, 16 and 63. I've got no idea what they look like. There's 16. Woo! Don't forget, folks, if you are watching this and you're not in the live chat, come and join the live chat.
Yeah.
Because you have to. It's the law. Click on the... If you're watching it embedded in Facebook or Twitter, click on the YouTube icon in the bottom right. That'll pop you to YouTube where you can carry on watching and you can join the live chat. And if you are in chat and you want to catch our attention, you can simply do @ModelMakingGuru, which will put my name in an orange box, or you can do @Festa67's Workshop. That should still work, even though it might be timed out. Or you can do a super chat. Press the little dollar symbol at the bottom of the chat window. A little animation. You've seen a couple of them so far.
I don't think I'm timed out, but I'll type something in anyway, just to
Yeah, it's like if it's not your channel, you don't type after 5 minutes. It just doesn't pop your name up when they type it. But you'll still see it if they do it. Just they won't get the prompt. 15, 16, 63 is the one I want.
That should, just in case I'm out of chat,
Yeah.
should put me back in there.
Yeah, because apparently if they did it...
Don't know why I dug my keyboard out when I got my iPad right in front of me. Duh.
Hello, welcome to Festa's Brain, a realm where nobody understands it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't understand it.
No. Hey, I'll tell you what.
What's that?
What did you dream about last night? Can you remember?
I was an home guard in World War II,
Ooh,
and my helmet
steady.
was a Chinese wok. I've got no idea why. I was walking around clicking chopsticks at people,
Yeah.
and I'm trying to think what I was using as a shooter. I think it was a splurge gun out of... Do you remember the film Bugsy Malone?
Bugsy Malone, yep, splurge gun.
Yeah, one of them splurge
gun,
guns. Yeah. I've got no idea why. And I woke up and I was like, what the bloody hell was that all about?
Yeah. Well, the reason I ask is because I had a rubbish dream last night. Rubbish.
Oh, really?
Rubbish dream. It was absolute garbage. All I remember is that I was in some kind of... not office situation, but some kind of situation like a workplace.
Yeah.
And in my mind, I knew it was my first day.
Yeah.
But I'm like, not really much for me to do. Somebody told us some things, and then I'm like, I'm writing some things down in a book, but I'm not really doing anything. I'm just kind of looking around, and it wasn't really an office scenario, but it was an office job, even though we were in an office.
Yeah.
And then at one point, I needed to go for a poo. So I walked away from the working area and just sat there and looked at the wall for a bit, and then I didn't need to go for a poo anymore, so I went back. And then the next thing I know, like, some manager or boss or something comes over and starts looking through my notebook that's full of little drawings and sketches and starts absolutely bollocking me because I've not been doing any work. And then he shows it to like the company owner, who then starts ransacking me and telling me off and shouting and screaming because I've been doing scribbling. And I'm trying to say, look, I'm stressed. It's my first day, and when I'm stressed, I just doodle to relax. And then he read a note that I'd written out for some reason. And I was writing about something, but I put the word Indian in capitals, and he went off his edge about that.
Oh, God.
And it was basically, this was my first day in a job, and I was just being, like, roasted alive. And I'm like, I woke up and I'm like, wow, that was...
Yeah, don't we go back there tomorrow?
Thanks, brain, for making me feel absolutely useless. It's one of those dreams where you just feel like an absolutely useless waste of oxygen. You're like, wow.
There's me running around with a Chinese wok on my head.
Yeah. Whereas my brain's just belittling me and making me feel like an absolutely talentless, useless waste of space. I'm like, wow, thanks, brain.
Yeah, you too could run around with a wok on your head.
I don't know. So sometimes my brain just gives me the worst dreams that make me wake up and think, wow, I'm crap. Thanks, brain.
Yeah.
You know, some people have dreams where they're a superhero, or they can. I just get a brain where I'm rubbish at something. Thanks.
Sometimes, though, I don't know whether this has ever happened to you, but you have a dream that is so vivid that for the very, first couple of hours of your day, you still think that it was real.
I've had that situation where, sometimes I get a thing where I'll be in a dream and I'll be thinking about something that maybe is making me panic or stress or whatever it is. It's something I've got to do in the dream. Then I wake up, and then I'm never sure if I'm awake or asleep. And then I wake up.
Yeah.
And then I'm never sure if I'm awake or asleep. And I get up and go and brush my teeth, and then suddenly, like, a car comes through the bathroom, like, and then I wake up.
Yeah, it's really unsettling, isn't it, when that happens?
It's kind of cool though, because it's nice when you're in a dream and something's bad is happening, and you suddenly think to yourself, "Oh, hang on. It's not that bad because I'm in a dream, because look, I can wake myself up, ping, and I wake up." But then it turns out I'm still in the dream. But yeah, dreams are weird.
It is a bit strange, isn't it? It's very sort of,
And it's strange how there's like I don't always remember my dreams, but there is a small number of dreams that I've always remembered. And they're not anything special. There's one in particular I can remember that was when I was a teenager and I dreamt it, and it's just, it just involves like being, like doggy paddling out just offshore out at sea, and then I jump in the air in hundreds of feet in the air and land on the beach, and there's a building, and I can just remember it.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean anything, but it's stuck in my brain.
Oh, Sarah Jane says Rossi finished apes. Cheers for that, my love.
Sport nonsense. Nobody watches sport. Nobody really watches sport.
I know I'll be getting you for your birthday 100 years of motor racing DVD.
Well, I need a new placemat for my cup, so.
I knew that was coming. Yeah. I knew that was
or a bird
default.
scary, you know.
Yeah, I knew for some reason that would be your default answer.
Yeah. Edward says, I said hi a long time ago on what I was cooking. He did, actually. I wonder when you said, because when you said hi, Edward, and I was like, oh, squishy, then I'm thinking, hang on, we've done this already.
Yeah, we did squishy, though. We did squishy. We did acknowledge him, didn't we? So we're not that bad, are we?
No, we are. We are that bad.
Yeah.
Paul Lewis says, for decades there's been lots of reports of UFO crashes. Makes me wonder if the aliens are really rubbish pilots. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Pretty much, or they know us two idiots.
Yeah. Festa 67's workshops in. He says, hey, folks. Wait.
Hello, folks.
Wait. Sarah Jane. Exactly. Travel billions of miles and keep crashing into Earth, so either bad pilots or Earth is a blockage in a galactic highway.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Sarah Jane. Paul Lewis says, cue the Vogan demolition fleet. You didn't need... See, if you hadn't put... You didn't need to put hitchhikers in brackets there, because anyone worth their salt will know what that is. And if they don't know what it is, then they just need to be taught. Then what are they doing with their life? Resistance is useless. God, I love the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It's weird how they've never been able to make a movie of it that wasn't garbage.
Yeah.
It just doesn't lend itself to a single movie at all.
Yeah, but when you look at the the old footage of Zaphod Beeblebrox, how bad it looks, it's like... Yeah.
Well, the old TV series was actually good, because that was just...
proper machinery.
Well, it was based... No, the old TV series was good because it was basically just the radio play and the same actors. But yeah, Zaphod's head was like really bad, but that was like 1970s BBC, what do you expect?
Yeah, it was a physical, mechanical thing back then, wasn't it?
But that was a good series because it was... Their actors were good and...
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, it's like... I think there's been, 2 movies since then, and they were both terrible.
Yeah.
It doesn't really fit. It works as a series, but not as a movie. But I think to make it work, you have to adapt it absolutely faithfully. You can't leave bits out.
No.
Which is what happens when they make a movie of it. It's like...
Well, this is it. They have to leave bits out to shorten it down. But when you do that, you're losing a lot of the background story, aren't you? So. Like
the bit in the latest movie where they're going to see the Vogon... whatever it is, and they've got to walk, and then they're walking along and there's all the spatulas, and it's like, what's this? Where's this come? This isn't part of the story. What?
I'd love to see them reboot the series, to do a remake of the whole series. That I'd like to see. But
the problem is, the original BBC TV series, that's my Arthur Dent.
Yeah.
He is Arthur Dent to me. I can't accept anyone else as Arthur Dent, and I can barely accept anyone else as Ford Prefect. Although it's quite funny, the guy that played Ford Prefect then appeared in like loads of episodes of The Bill further down the line.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I can accept anyone else as Arthur Dent.
It would be good to see what they could do with it with the modern technology.
Oh yeah.
And that interests me, because it'd be like, that would be pretty cutting edge, But
yeah, I mean, definitely you can make a series out of it, and if Amazon or anybody ever does that might be quite good. But it has to be, and this is going to sound really bad, it has to be a British crew that makes it, and a British writer.
Yeah.
And a British production team and British actors, apart from Zaphod. And because the whole point is, I don't know, it's so very British in its humour. If you read the books, the humour and the way of speaking and the way of writing that Douglas Adams has is so quintessentially British, it doesn't work any other way. So it would need to be like a British director, a British screenwriter. Yeah, it doesn't really matter about the actors so much. I think Arthur Dent would need to be British, of course. That goes without saying, because it wouldn't make any sense. But the other characters wouldn't really matter. They're kind of easy come, easy go. But yeah, it would need. You couldn't do it. Sarah Jane's got the original series on DVD. I think I've got it somewhere on DVD. I think I have. Yeah. Darren Edmonds says it's annoying when you're having a dream, then you wake up, but you need to know the ending and can't get back to sleep and find out.
Yeah, do you think I know? I'll continue that when I'll go to sleep tonight. Yeah, of course you can.
I went through a phase when I was a younger lad, like in my mid-teens, where I had this dream, and it carried on for about a week. Each night,
really?
the story would continue. It was like, I can't remember what it was about, but it was like, oh, brilliant. Because I wake up, I think the first night I woke up and thought, I was like, oh, it was a really good dream. I hope I can carry on with that. I'd love to. And then it did, and I'm like, whoa, really? And it carried on for about a week. I was like, wow, this is brilliant. All right, yeah, you don't get a gunner in the back there because you cover up his feet with that thing. That goes there. Unzen. This goes on here like that, you see? Like that, you see?
Spiddy says, I like what they did with the most recent Dirk Gently.
Yeah, I quite enjoyed that. Again, it wasn't completely true, but it was good. I like the guy that played. Well, I think there's been 2 Dirk Gentlys. Have you read the Dirk Gently books?
No.
The Long Dark Tea Time of the Soul and things like that. I don't think they got Dirk Gently quite right, because there was no big floppy hat for a start. Dirk Gently has a big floppy hat. It's kind of his character. But as Dirk Gently adaptations go, it was the closest I've ever seen somebody come to Douglas Adams. But again, though, they changed things and added things. It's like, look, with Douglas Adams, don't change things, don't add things, just do exactly what he wrote.
Yeah.
Because, Douglas Adams is one of those rare writers where to change anything or to take anything out really kind of just kills it.
Demeans it.
Yeah. Like I say, that movie with whoever it was and the other guys, the latest Hitchhiker's Guide movie, it was like, you've added things that... Because the thing is, if you add something to a Douglas Adams story, you're not Douglas Adams.
No.
No one can write like Douglas Adams. So when they added all that stuff to Hitchhiker's Guide, it was like, this isn't...
It's not going to work, is it?
No, this isn't anything like Douglas. You've just added this bit. It's horrible.
I'm being good. I am stood up.
Yay. But that's why the old TV series and the radio serial before it were really good, because they weren't 100%, but they were written by Douglas Adams, so they were quite close. So that's why the old BBC series is good, because he wrote it. But yeah, Dirk Gently was good. I enjoyed that. Scary thought. I agree with everything that Foxx just said about Hitchhikers. Worrying, says Paul J. Lewis. Absolutely. If I was rich and I had billions of pounds, I would be like, right, I'm going to finance a Hitchhiker's Guide TV series. It's going to be as accurate to the books as can feasibly possibly be done. Because you can't.
Yeah, it would have to be.
Yeah, and I'd be like, Hello, I'm the screenwriter. I need to add this bit. You're fired. Next screenwriter. Yeah. Like what the people say on the screen is what they say in the book. There you go, done. It means there might be some slow episodes, but you know what? It's going to have like 25 episodes, so there you go. Take your time.
Would there be an episode 6? I know.
5.2, 5.3.
You knew it was coming.
Heresy.
It'd be episode 5, episode 7.
Heretic.
There is no such thing as an episode 6.
Just a heretic. Now, here's the question.
Absolutely.
Here's the question. Do I want this thing that goes on the back? Do I want the weird sticky out, what I assume is a shield generator? Or do I want a stick bomb launcher? Personally, I think the idea of a thing in a plane, an Ork plane, that just literally fires out hand grenades, is a bit more orky to me.
Yeah, that'll work.
Because it doesn't list that sticky up thing as a weapon. I think it's a shield generator, so it just gives your thing more defense. But I think having a rack of hand grenades that are just pinged out is much more orky and also easy to paint. I mean, much more orky.
I'll go with your much more orky decision.
Yeah, those are the words I use. No other words were used. So let's actually get that bit. Let's build that bit then. I don't need to, because that goes in there. I don't know why they do this bit now and then you add some other bits later, when I could just add the other bits to it now. Possibly, I think.
It's one of them, I think, in their minds, they think it makes it easier to paint, don't they? But
no, it's just weapons variations, I think. Some people might want more shields.
yeah.
So you get the choice. You can have more shields, but if you don't want more shields, because you're an idiot, you can just have grenade launcher. But the idea of a plane that has a grenade launcher, I mean, it's like a plane with a smoke launcher. Why would you?
Yeah, it's like, why?
It's like, look at my plane, it's got anti-piercing tyres. What? Steady, Neris.
See what I did there?
Steady, Neris. Easy.
Look at me.
It's like having an elephant in the room doing all its little infrasound noises.
Absolutely. David Attenborough will be in a minute, and here we got the mating call of the walrus.
Here, in the spare room near the boiler, we find... right, so let's make the little grenade launch a bit while I'm waiting for those seam lines to seal. So yeah, if you want to redo Douglas Adams, A, you need to be British, B, stick to the source material like glue. Most things can be adapted, but Douglas Adams, you can't.
No.
Not with such a specific writing style as his. To do so is just silliness and poltroonery. 25 episodes. Surely, Foxx, you mean 6 and only 6, says Sarah Jane. I'd make an exception for the Hitchhiker's Guide. I've just realised if you misread Speedy Q8's comment, he says, I like what they did with the most recent Dirk Gently, because Dirk Gently is the character.
Yeah.
But if you put the pause in the wrong place, it's, I like what they did with the most recent Dirk Gently.
Yeah.
Yeah. The cat whose waveform collapsed and the sofa stuck on the stairs. Foxx, Douglas Adams did actually work on the movie before he died, so the changes must have been okay with him just saying, says Paul J. Lewis. Apparently they've been working on it for many, many years. For a long, long time. Because it's been kind of thing they've been trying to get into film for like 10 or 15 years and it's never come around. But I don't know at what point, because he obviously died, I don't know where it was when he died. I can't remember how long it was after he died that I filmed. It was quite a few years, but I don't know what was his addition and what wasn't. But he even admitted himself, he said trying to compress that down to like a film is really hard.
Well, it was never designed to be a film, was it? So.
Yeah. So I mean, when I watched the film, I did know that he'd written a lot of it, but I was like, yeah, still, I don't know. Even he acknowledged it was like, you have to make some sacrifices.
That's the thing, isn't it? Like you say, if he's dead now, it's like, well, you can't undo what he's written.
No.
You know, you've got to do it justice. Otherwise, what's the point of making it?
It's very weird. It's very rare sometimes that like movie or TV adaptations stick to the original source material, because it's not always possible. A lot of times you have to change things just because it's a different medium, and things that are written down won't necessarily work.
Yeah.
Like a book written from a first-person perspective, you can't do if you do a first-person perspective like movie, where it's really hard without being a 1940s noir detective thriller. Hang on, we've fallen out. La 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 la. Let's go back in. La 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 la. And we're pressing buttons and we're returned. There we go. La la la.
I still find that weird.
Yeah, it's rubbish, isn't it? So, yeah, I mean, you know, it's not that adaptations have to stay true all the time, because sometimes you can't. The material doesn't lend itself. Yeah, sometimes a book doesn't lend itself to the screen, and vice versa. But there's ways of doing these things. Especially if you like making a movie based on something really slim of content, like you're doing a movie based on a game, or you know, a short run comic strip, or whatever it was, you know, one single book where there's not a lot of material to go with. That's where you get the old inspired by, based on. But then you get weird things where you do get weird exceptions to the rule.
Right.
Like Bones.
Bones was... Yeah, I get where you're going.
Yeah, Bones is nothing at all like the Kathy Reichs books. Is it Kathy Reichs? It's confusing. Because I've read some of the books.
She was a producer on the show as well, wasn't she?
Because the actual books are like just normal, serious crime thrillers, and it's like they're nothing at all like the TV series. They're serious and everything, but like the TV series is like just if you read the books after watching the TV series, you'd be like, this isn't what I watched. They're nothing at all like each other, which is quite funny when they change the names and they make that Temperance Brennan writes the books about the character called Kathy Reichs. It's like, it gets quite funny.
Yeah.
So that weirdly worked. People accepted it.
Spiddy says he wasn't a fan of how they double-headed Zaphod. He was so used to the side-by-side. Yeah, how it was there. I like the actor, I can't remember his name, but the way his head just pops up, now it's just laziness. Yeah.
That's just laziness because he didn't want to animate the second head all the time. Yeah, Zaphod should have two heads.
Yeah.
I thought the actor was the actor whose name I can't remember. He's a good actor, and he was quite good for the part. Zaphod. But you know, when you've got a character called Ford Prefect, you know you're dealing with like British humour. You can't.
Oh yeah.
You can't stray away from that too much. But but that Bones is a really weird case there, where you take the source material and basically completely ignore it, and yet both are successful.
Yeah.
Hi, we really like your books. Can we make a TV series on them? Yeah, sure. What do you want? Well, we want to do something that's nothing to do with them at all.
Yeah. And you can be a producer on the show.
It's also funny and comedic, and there you go. Never the twain shall meet. Cool. I actually read one of the books. I can't remember which one it was. Blowfly, I think it was. And you know what? It was actually really boring. I didn't finish it in the end. It was like the character who's now, I can't remember, it was Temperance Brennan, to be honest. I can't remember the character's name. And a daughter, and there's an FBI. It was really boring. It wasn't interesting at all. I was like, wow, that's nothing like the TV. Because I hadn't read her books before, you see, so I thought, I'll get one of the books. Oh, wow, they're really actually nothing alike. And also, she's not a very good writer, let's be honest. She's very...
Yeah, it ended up getting a bit wishy-washy, didn't it, the show as well? It was like, what a shame.
It was still good.
Oh, don't get me wrong, it was a good show. It was...
At least the cast all liked each other, unlike some I could think of, Castle.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no love lost there, was there, eh? Oh, Bennett.
It is weird when you watch Castle Back that you can't not sit there looking at Stan Akatic and Nathan Fillion and not think you hate when they're doing all these like close talk. It's like you hate each other.
Yeah.
They're very, very good actors. Where are we up to? I have the movie but not the series, says Lynn. I didn't think the movie was that. I quite liked the movie, but I didn't think it was. It was, you know, it wasn't. It was all right, but it wasn't the best. The movie was fun. Anything with Zooey Deschanel in it is fine with me. The Bobbins. What was she in Hitchhikers? What? Hello. We have. Oh. Hello. Hello.
I've arrived.
Hello.
Oh, is that Captain Costco?
It is.
Hello, Captain Costco.
Mate, what a day.
How many packs of 45 toilet rolls have you bought today then?
Well, technically 2, because the mother-in-law got one as well, so we came out with 90 toilet rolls.
Oh, that's alright then.
And we saw fisticuffs happening in the fuel station.
Yeah, Costco.
Nice.
Literally, there was a huge queue, and there was this big guy that was probably from London.
Fisticuffing.
Just being like, what the effing and deffing and swearing up to people.
Stereotype.
You're a bit quiet there, Si. You're
Wait.
away from your mic.
Not any more than usual. Okay. How's that?
A little bit better. There you go.
Okay, but yeah, when you're in Thurrock, Cole, people are they're either from London or they're from Essex, and let's be real, both of them are as bad as each other.
Yeah, that would be yeah.
So yeah, we're in good old Thurrock, but yeah, somehow we spent £404.
What, on toilet rolls? Wow.
No, on other stuff as well.
Kitchen rolls. Wow.
The missus got a brand new pair of Levi's, which she's very happy about.
Oh yeah.
Well, they were only 30 quid. They would have been like 80 quid in a shop.
Yeah, what did you get?
Lots of food, lots of beef jerky, which is awesome.
Did you go to Forge World?
What, in Thurrock?
No, you could have done on your phone whilst in Thurrock.
Yeah.
Could have done, but I made Foxx spend money potentially yesterday, so.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
No, I didn't. They're not available yet.
No, they're not yet, but they will be available soon.
I can't say that
money. What's this money I hear of that I wasn't aware of?
I can't say. I've lost a part. Where's that? That was there. I can't say I was that amazed by them.
They're cool, but they need repainting.
Yeah.
But,
basically, there's a. Is it Hot Toys?
No, they're called Joy Toys.
Joy Toys, that's it. Now,
they are not what you think they are.
Well, the thing is, I've been playing Cyberpunk, and a Joy Toy in Cyberpunk
did you know what I was thinking?
Well,
because I did too when I first heard the company's name.
Well, yeah, the thing is, in Cyberpunk, a Joy Toy is something completely different.
I think a Joy Toy is normally something completely different in real life as well. But
well, yeah. But I mean, even different from that in Cyberpunk.
It's the problem when you get someone in the Far East naming a company and then targeting it towards the West.
Yeah.
When you don't have a full grasp on the English language.
Yeah.
They probably thought Joy Toy was a really good name, but
yeah.
Anyway, moving on swiftly. So they do like action figures and stuff, and they do lots of action figures based on various video games and things. But they're going. What size are they? 1/12?
So they're 12 centimeters tall each.
So it's about 1/12. So Action Man size then.
About that, they're a little bit smaller than the McFarlane stuff.
Okay. Yeah. They're basically doing a series, an entire, well, it's like 7 or 8 of Death Corps of Krieg action figures.
Oh, nice.
Including a sergeant and a heavy weapon, heavy flamer guy.
And well, they seem to be based on the Kill Team set.
I did notice that they are very like even the medic with his 2 fingers like that on the syringe.
I am kind of hoping that they do the Commandos at some point.
Oh, Commandos! Oh yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Looking at their other stuff, you're probably looking at about 20 quid per figure.
Yeah, they seem to be about 20 quid per figure. They seem to be about So they're about the same price as McFarlane stuff.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
obviously they are slightly smaller, but they do tend to have more options.
But don't forget though, McFarlane Space Marines are 8 foot tall, whereas Death Corps are normal people, so
Well,
they're going to be smaller.
But I found a really dangerous group which I need to invite you to at some point, Cole.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's a Facebook group for repaints and customizations of those McFarlane figures.
Oh, right, yeah.
And the file section has got over 1,000 files for 3D printing customizations. And there are people in there that do stuff for the recently released Orks.
Yeah.
And there's tons of stuff for the Space Marine, because obviously that's been around a lot longer.
Oh yeah, because you've got the Space Marine, haven't you, Cole?
I've got the Space Marine and I've got an Ork.
Yeah, there's loads of like pauldrons and bits and bobs for the Space Marine figures. Yeah, so I mean, they're not out for a while, those things, and it's like they look quite good, but I think if I got one, the only thing that I didn't like was the joints on the arms and legs, because whenever you do a figure that's not just body armour, like a Space Marine, it's like a bloke in a greatcoat, and you've got a dirty great big joint on the elbow, or on the knee you've got the upper leg and the lower leg and a little bit of trouser, look like a floating kneecap.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I'd be tempted to actually just set them into a pose and then putty in the gaps and just make them look like the trousers, so it's like a single pose figure. But I could be tempted to at least one of them, get it and build it and paint it up.
Yeah, at some point I'll get the Imperial Fists that they recently announced. They look really good. I will certainly get one Imperial Fist, probably the one that's got the shield and the power sword, just because it looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know what that one
Talking of Joy Toys, can I just say that in Cyberpunk there is actually a dildo shop.
Excellent.
There's a shop that sells, and you can actually go in and buy.
Well, there used to be a game that was in a very similar vein to Grand Theft Auto called Saints Row 3.
Oh yeah, Saints Row, yeah.
And you're familiar with the weapon I am about to, or I won't describe as you're familiar with it.
Yes.
But yeah, so that Cole's got the mega knob with buzzsaw. I can see that.
Yeah, definitely needs a repaint.
Oh, look at that. Oh, it does need a repaint. Is that the one where they do it as either painted or you can buy it as the artist proof type thing? Yeah, get that repainted.
It's like,
But yeah, I'll invite you to this group, Cole, because on the group, people have done resculpts of the head and stuff, and I'll be honest, the heads in the sculptures in this group, they've got some talent. The heads are so much better.
Oh yeah, I can imagine, mate. Anything's an improvement on what you get.
Then he'll invite you to this little Forge Wheel group he knows about.
No. You know me. I don't really like Forge World.
No, but you like seeing us spend money.
Well, yeah.
So there you go then.
Also, hi chat. I didn't even say hi to chat.
You didn't even say hi to chat, you absolute heathen, you rubbish presenter.
Where are you up to?
Now, I said to Mama Fox earlier on before we went live, Si.
Yeah.
I says to Mama Fox, do you have any messages to pass on? And she said, big hugs to Colin. And I said, and what about Si? And she thought for a bit.
Oh dear.
And then she went, hugs to Si.
Nice.
So you don't get big hugs, but you don't get big hugs, but you get hugs. But
well, I'll eventually go up in the estimation.
Yeah. She doesn't really know you that well, but she did have to think for a few seconds, which is the fun bit. Anything for Si?
Yeah, there was a momentary pause, but you still got an acknowledgement. So
I still got a couple out of it.
And you have to keep in mind this is Mama Fox, who's basically a troublemaker.
yeah.
So if she can cause division and trouble, then she's damn well.
Oh yeah, she's done that in the E-model stream because you know, look at Ted's reaction. I'm Mama Fox's favourite, and he went, yeah, Mama Fox's favourite. It's like, oh, he's not bitter at all, is he?
Like the Guinness, he's not bitter.
Bless
What
him.
movie were you talking about?
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. We were basically saying how if you're gonna do an adaptation of it, really, it needs to be a series, not a film. It doesn't work as and it needs to be basically a British director and producer and British writer. Because to make it good.
I enjoyed the movie, but it was not the book.
Yeah, that's the way I saw it. It wasn't that. It was all right as a movie. I didn't mind it. I'm not saying the movie was bad. It just wasn't. It wasn't Douglas Adams. I don't know how he wrote a lot of it, but it didn't. It wasn't. I need to do some plastic card cover up. It was Hitchhiker's Guide light, basically.
Very much so.
Yeah.
But then again, the films often are, aren't they?
Oh, absolutely.
Films are what?
Films often are.
Yeah.
The lighter version of a book or whatnot.
Yeah, I think if you're going to do Hitchhiker's Guide, and not even like a film series, but just a TV series, you can't do a film trilogy because too much time passes and there's too much going on. You need to do a television series. When I get rich and I buy Amazon.
Yeah.
I'll go bald and I'll get a rocket shaped like a man's gentleman area.
It really is, isn't it?
It really is, yeah. I can't believe that no one of his employers at any time said, you know, and nearly accidentally called him Elon, you know, whatever, but...
Well, to be honest, in what I'm going to describe as real life, i.e. the normal echelons of life that we all walk in, people get a Beamer or an Audi as an extension.
Oh, yeah.
So he's literally built a rocket ship as an extension and shaped it as a.
Oh yeah, it's the most 1950s phallic rocket you've ever going to see, isn't it?
Exactly. It's Beepis.
Yeah.
Have you met Minnie Musk?
But yeah, Costco was hell. It was so busy.
Yeah.
Really?
It was
Who would have
so.
Explain something to me, because I've never really. It's been a long time since I've thought about it. But what is this thing about? When I remember years and years ago, there was something about you. If you want to get, you can't get a Costco. Getting a Costco card wasn't easy. You had to be like a shop or something because it was retail only. And then they went.
Yeah.
It's like civil servants. So obviously, my partner's a teacher. She can get one.
Yeah.
The mother-in-law is a postie. She can get one, but she kind of just sponges off our membership because it saves money.
Yeah.
Builders can get them. Businesses can get them. Civil servants can get them.
Why don't they just sell to everybody?
I don't know.
It's cash and carry, and it's like Booker's. Costco's is the modern variant of Macros, isn't it? Am I right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, because H has got the business card one because obviously it's a business.
Wait, so could I get a Costco card? Because I don't know, probably not.
Are you VAT registered?
You are a business.
Not that big.
You are a business. I think you could.
You could, yeah.
It is really good, to be fair. Like if you have the space and you don't mind shopping in bulk, like you do save money. We go like once every 3 or so months, and we probably do save over those 3 months in between like 50 and 100 quid.
How is it different just to going to B&M? Apart from less mouth breathing jabs, obviously, potentially.
Well, you can get so B&M is good if you want like off-brand stuff and some branded stuff.
And a patio set for £3.99.
The thing with Costco is, say you wanted a bottle of pop.
Yeah.
You cannot just buy one bottle of pop.
You have to buy 7,000 of them.
You buy a case, so you buy 8 bottles of pop.
Oh, okay.
Or like in terms of beef mints, like we got some beef mints today. The minimum quantity of beef mints you can buy is 3 kilos.
Okay, so I suppose they're designed to sell to retail, aren't they, really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, in essence.
But then they just let a few other groups come in and buy things.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
And like fuel is dirt cheap. Like
You're dirt cheap.
We saved I think 20p a litre on a tank of diesel today. And with current fuel prices, that is
it's a substantial amount.
Yeah.
But you just have to. It's one of those places like it's head down, and you get to where you're going, or you'll just be stampeded upon. But yeah.
So there is the mouth breathing chud side of it, but they're not just every mouth breathing chud.
No. So it's weird. there are a few mouth breathing chuds,
but not many.
But you get a lot of middle class people.
Oh, okay.
So generally, people are somewhat respectful, apart from over fuel, as we learnt today. But it's just the sheer volume of people.
Okay.
Obviously, going on a bank holiday Sunday is not ideal.
It's not ideal.
God, yeah, it's bank holiday, didn't it? I forgot about that. That was a bad idea then, wasn't it?
Well, yeah. It just happened to fall when we'd run out of protein, and it was the time that we would normally go, and it was just a pants weekend.
I like the way you say we ran out of protein, like some kind of dystopian sci-fi future where you've got one box labelled protein and one box labelled carbohydrates.
We were running low on chicken and mince and stuff, and then this morning, Bex got a message. Bex being my partner, of course. Oh, hi, darling. I don't want to intrude on your day, but I'm thinking about putting laminate throughout the entire of the lower ground floor of the house. And we were like, so you want to come to Costco then? Yeah, that'd be great, please. So yeah.
Yeah.
So the reason our day got extended, because we first drove to Braintree, and for those of you that aren't familiar with the area, so instead of going in a straight line, we kind of went off to the left first, and then
I've heard that about you. I've heard that about you.
Yeah, you know. So then we picked up the in-laws, and the in-laws also wanted to nip into IKEA, which is next door to Costco.
Yay, meatballs!
But I was smart. I was like, I'm just going to stay in the car and vape.
Oh, you're good.
It was literally, she wanted like 4 items, all from, you know, the downstairs part of IKEA where you go and pick up all of the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
She knew exactly what she wanted, so she didn't have to spend an hour slowly walking through the showroom. So she just went straight downstairs. So I was like, I'm just going to stay in the car, knowing that if I stayed in the car, the emphasis would be on get in and out. Yeah,
because otherwise you'd get overheated and die like a puppy.
Well, when they got out of the car, they're like, I've lowered all the windows so you don't overheat like a dog. And I was like, okay. Yeah.
I read a thing today about on CNN about why IKEA have all the meatballs, why they do meatballs.
No, right.
And I didn't know this, but in the old days, when they had like 50 outlets around the world and they were quite young, they used to do like just varied food, like, you know, lots more. It was like a proper restaurant type thing, a little cafe in the stores. But apparently it was just really bad and it wasn't very good, and different stores had different things, and they used to get bad reviews, and it was a problem. Mm. So the owner decided one day that he would just simplify the menu, because he didn't want people to come in and treat it like a restaurant, because that's defeating the point. He wanted it to be like, you're at the store, you get a bit hungry, go and grab a few bits to eat and then carry on shopping, rather than come to a restaurant and you might not shop. Yeah. Or a cafe for a cup of tea and then not buy anything. So they tweaked it around and they looked around for different things they could sell in the stores, and they were looking for simple things. And the reason they settled on Swedish meatballs, apart from being Swedish, was that they were easy to manufacture and cheap to ship around the world.
There's probably also why, so at the Thurrock IKEA, which is realistically the only IKEA I've ever been to,
mm-hmm.
So they've got the meatball cafe before the showroom. But if you want one of their 99p hot dog things,
mm-hmm.
I call it a hot dog very loosely.
Yeah, it's a special kind of hot dog.
That's after the checkout, like on the way out.
Yeah, because meatballs is the big ticket item. But I thought it was quite clever that they were like, you know what? It's cheap to make them. We know what we're doing because we're Swedish. It's cheap to freeze them and ship them abroad, and that way every store can have the same food products to the same. And all you have to do is bang them in and heat them dead quickly. They're quick to make. So they don't need lots of culinary staff and stuff. And it was like genius, because now everybody knows IKEA for the meatballs.
Well, it also means you don't have to faff around with suppliers in multiple countries.
No.
Because let's assume they're all produced in the same place globally, and they're just
Yeah, they're just made in one place and shipped all around the world. All you do is freeze them and ship them out. So they're cheap to make, easy and quick to make. You don't need dedicated on-site staff to prepare meals, basically, is what they were saying. Where it's like a proper eatery, you've got to have the chef and cooks, and no, you just bang them in a heating unit, and there you go. Job's your uncle, meatballs are your lunch.
I wonder if they even heat them, or if they just literally slap them in a bain marie and just job's your uncle.
Would that be a bain-marie?
I've always called it a bain marie. Is it a bain marie?
Well, it's French, isn't it? It's a marie bath.
Well, a Bain/Ban marie.
Bane, no, you won't got them burns, you will die. Mr. Batman. God, I hate Bane. I hate those films. Shut up.
There's nothing wrong with those.
There is. Everything is wrong with them. But in Cyberpunk, there's actually a dildo shop.
Yeah. You need to get out more, bro.
You can buy them. You can't use them as anything. They're just junk items.
You know you can buy dildos
them
in real life as well, right? It's not that special.
Yeah, I know, but in a video game?
Have you never played Grand Theft Auto 5?
Yeah, but there's not a dildo shop, is there?
No, but there's a strip club. It's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
Definitely needs to get out a lot more.
It does. Yeah. I fear my my quip about why Foxx likes deathcore was too true.
No. No.
Yeah.
It's a lot more on the nose in Cyberpunk, let's just put it that way.
I mean, that sounds pretty painful, a dildo on the nose.
Yeah.
But yeah, what are you both working on? I can see Cole's still fettling his truck, and you're still fettling your
Yeah.
Wazbommo.
I'm making
Are
my
you
wacka
actually
jacka jacka
building-
jacka 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 jacka.
Are you actually building a full-on Wazbom Dackajet this time?
Yeah, but I'm not putting the big shield generator on the back, or whatever that big pointy spiky thing is. I've decided to go for the grenade launchers because having a plane where you just fire grenades out is much more awkward than a shield generator to me.
Yeah, so that would be the custom force field. Save those bits though, because if you ever feel like doing a little big mech conversion,
Yeah, because it's a what is it? Not an ion shield, is it? Is it an ion shield?
it's
In
a
Warhammer?
custom force field. Is what they're called in Orky terms.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree though. Like the stick bomb launchers do make
Yeah,
more sense.
because the logic of having a plane that flies at tens of thousands of feet, but you fire stick bombs out at the opposing. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense to orcs. I was saying before, I do hate the fact that on the new instructions, nothing's ever labelled, so you don't know what anything is. You don't know what the weapons are. And the old ones, where you look at the points at the back, it would say this weapon, that weapon. You could figure out what was what. But with this, it's like, is that a weapon or I don't know. Just pictures and symbols. It's rubbish.
Rubbish.
Load of gash, is it? Load of gash.
Yeah. You're a load of gash.
Absolutely, mate.
So,
Wouldn't
Si
have it any
Reynolds,
other way.
bench and belly.
Bench is
700 toilet rolls.
a very nearly complete in terms of building. My Wazbom.
Oh,
it's
good
just
man.
A few little bits.
You make it sound like a kind of little pony. My first Wazbom
Yeah.
by Si Reynolds.
And dinner, we're being a bit bad because we can't be bothered tonight. So from Costco, we got this massive tray of
Filth.
of carbonara.
Oh, you've just reminded me. I've got a sausage casserole in the freezer.
I was concerned where that was going when I heard sausage. I'm not gonna lie.
No,
I must admit, I thought
after
gentleman's
your,
sausage.
Yep.
No, because I'm going to guess yours is that one thing where it's like in a big metal tray and you bang it in the oven for 40 minutes and take it out and eat it.
Yes.
Yeah, and mine's the same. It's a sausage casserole in a big metal tray and you just bang it in, eat it. Lots of bread. Only thing is it's a bit bland, so I have to add lots of things to make it flavourful.
Yeah.
Which is given that it's made by the sausage people who I can't remember who they are. People that make the sausages.
Walls.
No, the other ones. Begin with a B, I can't remember now. the other well-known sausage maker that make all the
Bernard Matthews, no?
No, that's Turkey, isn't it? Oh, that's your reminder, Colin.
Yeah, no worries, mate.
2 hours.
I hope you don't read Richmond sausages. Cause
yeah, Richmond sausage, that's the one. Their sausages are the most blandest, sawdusty thing.
Yeah, begins with B, he says. Yeah, Richmond sausages.
Yeah, it looks like a B. I've got an email from Games Workshop. Oh dear.
Yeah, spoon.
I should probably not look at that. I've reset the alarm for you.
Yeah, no worries, mate. I'm going to quickly make a brew.
Just to let you know, there is a Games Workshop mail in your inbox, probably.
I wouldn't worry too much. Ash waste set that
I
none
don't care
of us
about
are
that.
interested in released. Have you heard the price though?
Oh no, it's a new one it's just come in my inbox now. Not the if it's a different one, I don't know.
I know. I'll have a look.
It says.
I probably got it as well.
It says, what does it say? An earth-shaking preview arrives, plus interrogator and a vicious battle report. Do.
I know. I really.
Did
I
Colin...
don't mind. So, like the ash waste models look pretty cool.
Yeah, they look
like
quite good.
The actual unit. I'm not a massive fan of the bugs. The dustback Hellamites, they're calling them.
No, I don't like those.
The new Demon Prince looks sensational. Sunday, so this will be the Sunday preview email that you got. I'll just tell you what's in it.
Yeah, go on.
They were previewing, you know, the new Chaos Knight that they revealed in that very lackluster preview a few weeks ago.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, the one where they revealed the Necromunda thing.
Oh yeah, I don't remember seeing the Knight.
Yeah, the Chaos Knight.
Chaos.
Which is, I mean, I'll share screen if you want to see it.
Nah, well you can do if you want actually. It's content, isn't it?
It is. Share. Alright, so this is basically the content of the email, I imagine. So this is the new Chaos Knight.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. That looks pretty mint actually.
It does. It looks cool, but obviously for now you can only get it in this big box set because you know how Games Workshop do.
Until they just add that sprue to the regular Chaos Knight set.
Well, yeah.
Have you noticed, by the way, now, you know, like before you had the Night Warden set, which was 6 nights in one or whatever, and then you had the Canis Rex. Have you noticed now there's no longer, it's just the Night Warden set, but it includes the Canis Rex sprue.
I'm not surprised.
So now, whatever Imperial Knight you buy, it comes with the flippy flappy door and the cockpit and the pilot and the dude.
Yeah, and then it was just books. Oh, there is a Krieg book. You might want to read that.
Krieg by Steve. There's a few in the. I'll tell you what. There's a few in the. Few of the Krieg books that are only in the downloadable digital bookstore. I haven't got an e-reader, so I downloaded them and was like, well, I've got no way to read these.
One thing that annoys me about Black Library. So yeah, I'm just going to open this link. So I quite like these models. Yeah. They're pretty cool. Not a massive fan of these.
Don't like them, and the scenery looks pap.
Yeah.
The scenery's like...
These look very generic.
Yeah.
They don't scream, I need to be in your stash to me.
No. Yeah, and the scenery, those little walkways and stuff, it's like really lackadaisical.
And this will be about 20 quid from Forge World. It will be plastic. Why is this just not in the kit?
Wait, how do we know it's plastic?
Well, it will be.
But how is Forge World though? I don't understand. I don't understand.
What do you mean?
Forge World don't do plastic.
Yeah, they do.
It's resin. They do resin, don't they?
Forge World make all of these games, dude, which are all in plastic.
Are they?
So the boxed games, Necromunda, Blood Bowl, Adeptus Titanicus, and Aeronautica Imperialis, they all fall under the specialist games, which are made by Forge World.
Specialist games. Oh, okay. I didn't realise that. I thought they were just Games Workshop stuff.
I mean, the little upgrade bits might be plastic, might be resin, but they're much more likely to be plastic.
Yeah, true.
Although, like, the details on this particular head...
because I saw them before the detail sets, and they look pretty They looked a bit resiny.
The
Well, they might not
details,
be.
they don't look like that sharp on the heads. On the backpacks, they look sharp, but surely they wouldn't give you a mixed media set.
No.
I mean, yeah, okay, they are resin. You can see they're unpainted, and they look resiny. But yeah, I don't know.
What did it say? They are 35. What did it say the price was for those? 20.
20. To me, they should just be in the kit.
Yeah, I mean, how much was the Cadian's upgrade sprue? About a tenner?
No idea.
Your keyboard sounds like bubbling water.
Oh no, that's. Can you even buy it separately?
I don't know actually. I don't know if you can actually.
My understanding was they just put it into the Cadian box set
and
reboxed it.
Could be.
Is that the sprue they revealed around the same time as the Krieg and the Commandos for Kill Team?
No, it was like last summer or the summer before. It was just the sprue of extra heads and stuff.
Yeah, I think they just plopped that into this box.
Yeah, I think they just added it.
And then reboxed them and probably charged an extra $5.
Yeah, because it's like, hey, now you can make Cadians who aren't all white, which is nice.
Yeah.
Does Colin know he's there? I thought. Do you know what? I thought for a minute that Colin had dived out from screen because I forgot you're not actually on telly, are you? You're just a voice.
No. And
it's me being special.
Muted to go and make a brew. I'm only not on camera because the missus is like unpacking Costco and.
No, I forgot that you weren't on a screen, so I thought there were just two screens, me and you, and Colin had shut his screen down. I'm being special. Ignore me.
Fair enough.
I knew we got off to make a brew in that. Yeah, so I don't know. I quite like the look of the Ashways dudes. They look a bit Borderlands to me, but I have no interest in the motorbikes, which are like meh.
Well, yeah, and they're for the wrong faction.
Yeah, but there's so. I mean, because you look at that and you think, okay, you've got these guys living in the Ashways. You can have a massive kind of Borderlands, Mad Max style post-apocalyptic thing with buggies and no, you get a couple of motorbikes and some creatures. Really? They better bring out some more vehicles that look kick ass. Because if it's just more motorbikes, they have this thing for motorbikes in Warhammer, which is like, really?
I do like the vehicle they revealed a couple of weeks back now.
The big truck thing.
Yeah. I mean, it's just begging to be orcified.
It's a bit of a cop out in a way though, because it's really just the cab and then the tray, the flatbed, and then you just put your Munitorum crate on the back. It's like, oh, it's a bit of a cop out.
Yeah, but they've done that to try and sell the scenery.
Yeah, I know. But it's like, okay, you get this new vehicle. Well, it's kind of half a vehicle, isn't it? It's really just.
Part of me hopes they've done that to kind of test the waters with essentially a land train. Because if you remember, the one of the squat vehicles was essentially a land train.
But that counts as scenery, though, doesn't it? Really, because you're not going to drive it around on the tabletop when it's just half the length of a tabletop.
Well, of course you will. Like, it's GW, dude. It will have two or three carriages that won't be any longer than a Space Marine Rhino. Let's be honest.
Yeah, that's true. That's what you count as mobile scenery, maybe.
And when you think about the size of that kill rig that Colin built recently, that thing is chonky.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think they'll ever make a vehicle that's not made by Forge World, because obviously there are vehicles that are bigger than this.
Yeah.
But they'll never make a vehicle that's longer than about 18 inches. Just in terms of the standard table size that most people play on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. Anything bigger than that, that's when they can give it to Forge World and rake the money in, isn't it, really? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Like, you're never going to get a Tau Manta in plastic.
No. It would be lovely. Like, people have been crying out for
Thunderhawk.
For a Thunderhawk for years.
But the thing is, and that's where it comes down to the manufacturing costs. If you're going to manufacture something in plastic, you need to sell a lot of them to justify the cost of all the tools and mouldings and toolings.
Yeah.
If you think you're only going to sell a few hundred of them, that's when you do it in resin because it's not that expensive to manufacture. I
think the thing is, if they made a Thunderhawk and they could make it that it would retail at below 150 quid,
Yeah.
they would sell tons of them.
Oh yeah, they'd sell more of that, but they were like the Town Manta. If they made that in plastic, they wouldn't sell more than it would probably cost more to make it in plastic than it would to do it in resin to the end consumer. And that's the thing. If plastic is good because it's cheaper to the end consumer, but it also means that they need to sell it in greater numbers to justify the cost of all the moulds.
Thing is, I don't think they would ever make. So Tau Manta is a great example of something I think they'd never ever venture into in plastic.
No.
Purely because there's not enough Tau players. The Thunderhawk, I can see them potentially doing one day.
Mm-hmm. Well, because it's got a cachet to it and it's got the reputation of people want it. And
well, and it's Space Marines.
Yeah, exactly.
Space Marines, we all know that the amount of Space Marine releases compared to Xenos factions, like 3-to-1 in ratio.
Yeah,
they're the only faction that get like 2 codices per version of 40k, whereas everyone else barely gets 1 before they release the next iteration of the game. So
yeah, true.
Yeah.
Adeptus Latrina has returned.
Hey, dude.
I think Colin might be making himself some snackage.
Yeah, he said he was going to make a brew, so...
Yeah.
He's
back. Hello, you.
Sorry, mate.
Hello, you.
All right.
Did you prepare yourself some snackularity?
Yes.
I thought you might have done.
What you got?
What have you got?
What's going in your belly, Cole?
What accent was that?
Mini cheddars!
So fluffy! That was full when he opened it 10 minutes ago.
And I had some jelly babies. Just give me a bit of
jelly babies.
Bit of a kick.
Alright.
Yeah.
You got yourself a brew. We made yourself a brew.
No.
Good lad.
Yeah.
Good lad.
Oh, yes.
It's the correct answer. It's the right thing to do.
Absolutely, mate. Got to be done, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, all part of the new improved festa of doing as he's told.
Now it contains 100 more obedience than ever before.
Yeah.
Dee-dee-dee-dee.
Absolutely.
So what's this carbonara you have inside? Is it what? Tagliatelle? Spaghetti? Fettuccine?
Yeah, so it's
penne?
tagliatelle. It appears to be super creamy, got lots of bacon in it.
Oh, nice.
It'll probably be really good.
I really want Italian tonight then.
We normally get their mac and cheese, which is to die for. But
yes.
we Vex saw this, and what is carbonara? If there's anyone in Italian,
it's cream and mushroom and ham normally, or bacon.
Well, technically speaking, an actual carbonara doesn't have mushroom in it.
Do you know? It's got white wine, I think, as well, hasn't it? If it's got alcohol.
Carbonara doesn't have any of that crap. A carbonara is traditionally literally egg and parmesan mixed together.
Hey, parmesan.
And then you cook off your pasta, take it off the heat, retain a little bit of the pasta water, and then you actually add the sauce off the heat, so you don't end up with scrambled egg. And normally it should be made with guanciale, which is pig cheek.
Oh, right, yeah. Get your pig cheek here for £8 a pound.
Do you know that's a really long way of saying you bang it in the oven for 40 minutes and then put it in your face?
Well, the thing is, this won't be a proper carbonara. This will be an Americanized carbonara.
Does it go in the oven?
It does.
Do you put it in your face? Then it's carbonara. Then it's carbonara.
Costco carbonara will literally be mac and cheese with bacon.
That's carbonara to me. None of your Ponzi sliced Italian leaf thin nonsense rubbish. Give me a massive tray of with like 3 or 4 kilos of filth I can put in my mouth, and that's proper Italian food.
Yeah, but the thing is, there's no ponce in a carbonara. You mentioned the ponce with mushrooms and cream and white wine. That's ponce.
No, bacon is never ponce. Bacon deponces the mushroom and the white wine.
Look at these two.
Bacon has no place in a carbonara.
It does. It has a place in my face.
No. Guanciale, or at a
See, that's not even a real word. You're just making up Ponzi sounding words.
No,
Guanciale.
People are backing me up in chat.
Yeah.
Go on, Charlie.
Guanciale is cured pig cheek.
That's something I used to shout at football. Go on, Charlie.
Go on, Charlie. See, Italian food is you dial the number and the little man turns up. And then you've got food. That's Italian.
I pity you, bro.
Such a heathen.
I measure the quality of food on how easy it is to just shovel it in large amounts. Other than that, it's just poncy nonsense.
Yeah, but then you eat crap.
I don't eat crap. I eat loveliness.
KFC and Chinese and stuff out of tins. That's not food. That's overly processed modern day.
Hey, it goes in my face and it comes out as poop. That's food to me.
It's not food, Si. It's chud grub.
Yeah,
It's not
pretty
chud
much.
grub. It's classy goodness. Food of kings.
What,
He's like,
what Fox
can't
is
believe
really
he said that.
confirming to us is that he is in fact a massive chud.
I'm not a chud. I breathe through my nose. I have never worn a backwards baseball cap in my life. I have never worn a puffer jacket.
Sounds like a lot of justification going on here, Si.
I can spell many words.
Yeah. He's scrambling for
yeah.
I have never put a Z in laser.
Clutching at straws and laying Z in laser. Yeah.
Better than clutching at pearls, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, you have all those good qualities, but then you get something as sacred and delicious as butter chicken out of a can.
Jar, thank you.
It's just as bad.
No.
That's just so wrong.
Just because somebody else made it rather than me making it myself doesn't mean it's not good. Aldi Hunter's chicken is to die for, trust me on that one.
To be fair, I would be surprised if any human came anywhere near butter chicken in a jar in its production process.
Well, it's probably good if they don't because it means there's been less risk of them eating the food that I'm going to eat in my face.
I guess.
If it stops me starving to death and it comes out as poop, then I don't see the problem.
Is this Fox logic again?
Yeah.
It is.
If it makes me happy, why'd you have to have a big downer on me being happy? You see what I mean? It's just like, you know.
Not at all.
No, because you always have a downer on me enjoying quality food, how it's made.
No, I just like to mock you for going to all the effort when you could just open a tin.
And they're off.
Yeah,
and they're off.
But there's no nutritional value in a tin.
There is. Otherwise, I'd be dead long ago.
Yeah, but it's not what your body actually needs. It's what the modern day body has evolved into accepting.
Which means I am a model of modern day perfection and evolution that I'm perfectly adapted to my environment.
Yeah.
Oh my God! What chance does the human race stand?
Which means in 35
I am the future.
or 40 years, you're going to cost the NHS so much money.
I am your future.
Your body full of crap.
No. My body will evolve into its next form.
Yeah,
That's
when your
the
belly is
scary
falling
thought.
off of your bed.
No.
I mean, God.
I'll need a bigger Pokeball, I'm not going to deny that.
Oh God, you two.
I will take up at least 7 different Pokédex entries, trust me.
That's probably true. Why are you making Pokemon references?
That's probably true.
Yeah, that's when your butt cheeks are in 2 separate postcodes, mate.
What would my Pokédex entry be called? What would my Pokemon name be? Oh, hello.
Pardon me.
Pokemon name? Dunno.
You strike me as a slowpoke, but you probably don't know what a slowpoke looks like.
I do know what a Slowpoke looks like.
What does it look like then? Come and tell me.
Isn't it an evolution of a Snorlax? No,
No.
Slowpoke's like a little pink pig thing, isn't it? Sort
Pretty
of.
much.
Little 4-legged.
Pretty much, yeah.
No, that's not me. I'd be more of a Snorlax, I think.
No, because Snorlax is excellent.
When I was a smoker, I'd be a coughing.
You're not allowed to be like my second favourite Pokemon.
Ah, right, so I definitely am a Snorlax. I've ruined Pokemon for him.
You are not a Snorlax. Go away.
Now think about your parents having sex. No!
No.
Lynn agrees. My parents can have sex all they want. One's dead and I hate the other.
Good man.
And Lynn agrees that you are perfect for a Slowpoke.
Slowpoke. No. I want to be that little caterpillar thing.
I worry.
Only because it's
You
got
want to be a Caterpie?
only because it's got a great name, Caterpie. I love that name. I like the name Caterpie. When I was playing Pokemon Go all those years ago, I used to love because it's like that's a great name, Caterpie.
In all fairness, like, no, that's too harsh. I can't say that.
Do you know? Do you know?
I was going to say, if you want to be the most pathetic excuse for a Pokemon...
I know where you're going to go. I know where you're going to go with this. I know where you're going with this.
I can't believe these two are having a bitch fest over Pokemon.
Go on, which pathetic one would it be?
I still think you are a slowpoke. You're always quite cheery.
Yeah.
You've got a smile on your face. You're a little bit chunky around the edges.
I'm a simpleton.
You know, like
easily
there's nothing
pleased.
wrong with being a slowpoke.
I'll be a slowpoke.
Oh,
it's better than being a what do you call it? Magikarp, I suppose.
Or you can be a licky tongue.
No, I don't want to be a licky tongue. No, you may as well call me a Mr. Mime or whatever it is.
Oh God, not Mr. Mime.
The kiddie fiddler one. No, thank you.
Oh dear.
But they all need to some plastic card goodness, don't they?
Only you two can have a disagreement over Pokemon.
Over which Pokemon we are.
He only brought up Pokemon because he knows I enjoy Pokemon.
See what?
Was he having a dig at you?
He was having a sneaky dig.
Do you know? I've never played a Pokemon game apart from Pokemon Go, and ever since playing that, I only played it for a little while, but ever since playing that, I've always thought to myself, you know what? I actually would quite fancy playing a Pokemon game, but I don't have a Nintendo-based console, so...
That's fair.
I even thought about getting a Switch at one point, or not a Switch, maybe a Switch, just to get a Pokemon game, but I thought, no, because... No, it's just silly.
The good thing about Pokemon games is they're just innocent. They're great to immerse yourself in and forget about all the crap in the world.
Unless you go for that...
You don't have to run around shooting anyone or anything like that, which is good fun.
Apart from that one thing where there's that weird ghost in the place. Some, like, internet meme.
Well, the internet memes are dangerous.
No, where there's like a thing, an Easter egg, where you go to a particular place in one of the cities and there's like some... all your game on goes black or I can't remember. I don't know. Some old thing. See, you have to remember, I'm the guy that even had a missing no joke in his videos. So I know a little bit about Pokemon. Do you even know what missing no is? I bet you don't. Yes.
I'm struggling with gas at the second.
Really? I've never guessed.
I don't actually know what you are referring to.
Missing no.
I'm Googling it, so I understand.
It was, I think it was on the old GBA version of one of the Pokemon games where there was no actual texture for it. It was like a Pokemon that never got into the game, but it was kind of left in the code or something like that. So it was actually possible to accidentally get this Pokemon, but because there was no image for it or anything like that, it just said missing no, as in missing number, missing item. So it just became known.
Interesting.
It just became known as missing no. Yeah, so I enjoyed Pokemon Go. It was like I didn't play it for long because it made my phone explode and melt. But I was like, you know what? I quite fancy playing a Pokemon game, but I haven't. I would have bought a Switch to get a Pokemon game, but then I don't want to get stick drift and have my entire investment wasted. So.
Oh, they fixed that ages ago.
Yeah, they probably haven't. I don't think they have they?
They have though, because we both have Switches and we've never had drift.
I don't think they fixed it though, because I still see videos about it. I was toying with getting the idea.
They might have an old Switch though.
Ah, right. I was toying with the idea of getting a Switch Lite, but then I thought, well, that's even worse with the stick drift, because if you get a Switch Lite, your whole console's knackered.
Yeah, then you're fudged.
Yeah. No, because there's still. I'm pretty sure there's still like group lawsuits and stuff going on because they've never actually acknowledged.
Yeah, but they're on like the third generation of Switch now. The base model Switch, they're on the third revision. So if the people that are suing have still got first revision Switches, then obviously they're still going to have the issue.
I was watching something where they were saying that it was the unit that they use in the Switch sticks is kind of a generic unit that everybody uses.
He's not going to have it, so I just agree with him.
No.
He's not. Yeah, I don't know. We've never had the issue. I know it is an issue. And tell a lie, actually, I did have some stick drift on.
Stick drift.
We mainly play when it's docked. We don't generally play in handheld format.
Yeah.
So I bought one of the wireless
toilet mode
for it. And it's called a Pro controller. It's probably the
Yeah,
equivalent of a.
Looks a bit like an Xbox controller, doesn't it? A 360 controller.
Yeah. But I took it apart and just reseated the joystick, and it was fine.
You like to reseat your joystick, don't you?
I do like to see my joystick, yeah, especially when it's inside my missus.
You went from innuendo to just blatant non-friendly.
I went from innuendo to excellent.
In your face, oh.
Yeah.
You see what I did there?
Well, you kept bringing up dildo shops earlier.
Yeah, but that's
Absolutely.
different.
Times.
That's different. I was
10 minutes.
That's different.
You just made it just kept making me think of American Pie 2 when that dude's just running down the staircase. Just going, dildo.
I didn't watch American Pie 2.
No, I didn't think you would have done.
I watched American Pie 1 and was really bored by it.
Well,
Had no
I think I watched
compunction.
them when I was like 10 and they were the best thing ever.
Well, yeah.
Because I was 10. But, you know, you were about 40 when they were released, so I'm not surprised.
Oh, do you know? How old would Colin have been?
Me, Al, brilliant. Hey, mate, I don't care. I don't lie about my age.
Carl probably would have been about 18.
What,
Hey,
American
he's
Pie?
older than me.
That. I'm older than Foxx, mate.
Nah, you're younger than Fox. I
I'm
refuse
50.
to believe it.
I'm 55, mate.
Such
Yeah, but
rudeness.
Cole's 64, isn't he? Fox is 64. I said the wrong name.
You went
goddammit.
wrong. If you have to explain it, you kill it. You know that.
Yeah.
Or his school kid years, I'm 5.5.
5
See, I'm older than Colin there because I'm 7. So, 3/4. You know, do you ever notice that when you're a kid, when you're an adult, you give your age as a round number? I'm 45, I'm 30. When you're a kid, it was always 5 and so many months.
Yeah.
You were never
and
like
then
10 or 11. You'd be like, I'm 7 3/4.
Yeah, and then you get past 60 and it's, I'm 64, you know.
Yeah. I'm 82.
On the topic of age, have you ever noticed how relatively new parents can be really annoying about age? Oh,
yeah.
how old's your sprog? 37 months.
Yeah, it's right.
So,
And
3 years.
3 years old.
No, 37 months, but yeah, that's 3 years old. I understand if you say like 6 months, 8 months, 18 months.
Anything under a year, months.
You could just say really new parents are really annoying and leave it at that.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like, the 21 months old. Yeah.
Really new parents are like people that suddenly discover running and then never shut up about running on Facebook, and you're just like, unsubscribed.
I never understood the whole months this, months that, up until their first birthday. And then it was, they're 1.5, they're this, they're that.
So I can understand up to 12 months.
Yeah.
And then if they're about a year and a half old, I don't mind if someone says, oh, they're 18 months.
Yeah.
But if someone says to me like, oh yeah, they're 15 months old, I just want to slap them.
Yeah.
Say it's a year old.
For me, that would be 1.5 years.
My child is 24 months old,
Well, yeah,
so 2
exactly.
years then.
Because you're a man, Cole, so we round up. I reckon you do what my dad does with money. So if H ever asks you how much something costs,
Round it down a lot.
Say it was 27 quid. You'd say, oh, it's about 20 quid, love.
Yeah, 20 quid,
Yeah, but that's a matter of self-protection. That's preservation. That's a whole different kettle of fish.
It's just a thing that guys do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
you round it down to the nearest 10.
Yeah, or potentially 50. Oh, how much was that new games console, hun? It was actually 500 quid.
That's a tactical thing.
Yeah.
Well, it is, but it's something that guys do.
It is because we, unfortunately, as men, we have our delicate parts on the outside, and therefore we have to always adopt protective measures in anything we do.
Well, I guess.
Yeah, because women are built with an inbuilt gripometer, which is basically a set of knuckles like a plumber's pipe wrench, and when they grab your gentleman's area, they they can get the correct price of any item that you may have bought out of you instantly.
Yeah, you don't need any truth serum.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the disadvantage of having your fiddly bits on the outside. Is you.
Oh mate, I've done it where the missus has gone, how much was that model? 45 quid, like, she went, oh. I googled it just now, and on Amazon it's 75 quid. Yeah, but that's Amazon. I always have a markup, love.
Yeah, how much was that? Keeping in mind, I do actually have a functional opposable thumb.
Yeah, what site did you get it from? Oh, I don't know, some modelling site somewhere. Well, I've got Google Shopping up, and the cheapest I found it for, it's like...
The
problem with models is where most of us buy them from Goblin Gaming, where you can get all your tabletop wargaming needs.
Link in the description below the video. Thank you very much.
Exactly. There you go.
Like and subscribe.
They are obviously cheaper, whereas the missus might just go straight to Games Workshop and then see like
you've got it. Yeah.
They might see GW's RRP, and then you just into a whole world of pain, and you're like, no, I got it from Goblin Gaming, or whatever.
Hey mate, I was that good. I got the missus to use the Goblin Gaming link for Christmas prezzies.
Nice.
I like that.
Yeah, I was pretty impressed with myself.
Now,
mate.
did you use your Goblin Gaming link or Fox's?
She used 50% on both.
Wow.
Bless her.
She went the whole hog. Good.
Yeah, she said, I'm not going to be cruel, I'm going to share it out.
Yeah, but you know why? It's because I'm lovely, apparently.
Oh, God, he's never let that one go, has he?
I'm lovely and it's never my fault, apparently.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
Or was that, oh yeah, he's lovely, isn't he? What a knobhead. Under the breath.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
it was
never my
said
fault.
with that typical Sharon voice. Oh, it's lovely.
Don't
Not
you go
saying my
blaming
wife-
Fox. Your
Yeah, not
missus
saying my
will say.
missus is a Sharon, by the way. I just want to clarify this.
He said on the internet on a live stream.
Well,
You remember I
But
said
yeah,
about
she
making a
may
corner
have-
and backing yourself into it?
she may have said once, I'll leave him alone. I went to blame him for something. I tried throwing him under the bus for the grot tanks. And she went, leave him alone. Wasn't his idea. It was probably all yours, and you probably encouraged him. I'm like, oh, leave him alone, she said. He's lovely. I'm like,
Oh, you didn't do the standard man, like, oh, typical. Oh,
Yeah.
God. I can't believe you did that, Mum. Oh,
yeah.
God.
Oh, yeah, I did. I was like, oh, really? It's so unfair, ain't you, you know?
Can't believe I'm in trouble. You got a jam sandwich.
Oh. Hello, we fell out. 1 second, folks. We're back in the room.
He milked it for all it was worth, so.
Welcome back there, Fox.
Damn straight. King of the Weasels, me, I'll milk everything.
Yeah. It's not as bad as Dave whenever he sees her. It's, hello, Mrs. W, how are you? You're looking well.
Kiss up.
Could you turn round? I didn't see you there. You've lost so much weight. Oh, you look so slim. I'm like, oh, what?
That's just brown nosing now. That's just
proper
shameless.
brown
That's
nosing.
shameless brown nosing. Even I'm not that bad.
Oh, mate, Dave takes it to one whole new level, mate.
I'll
Mind
accept.
you,
I'll
he
accept
was
it,
in
but I
an
won't give it.
hangout. He was in an hangout one night when I got kicked out the kitchen under no uncertain terms, and he was sat there creasing up. She looked and went, "You laughing at?" He went, "Nothing, just agreeing with you, dear." Yeah, see,
I've still
your
never
mate
met your
knows.
missus.
Yeah, I'll get her to come in one night. I
The
know what
hangout,
you'll
you mean,
be like.
obviously.
Yeah, I know what you'll be like. Hello. Oh, I've got this video you might be interested in. Yeah, I know.
Keep that in mind. Moving on.
Yeah.
I've added me bits to my wings.
Oh, good.
I'm going really slow with this one. I'm enjoying it.
I'm impressed.
I did some plasticardi goodness to cover up issues.
You are good.
Lots of
Oh
ribbons.
yeah, have you shown Si your bits and bobs of scratch building you did last show?
I had to clear out the seam that goes around the engine bells.
Yeah.
But you can't sand in there, so I just put some plastic card in to match the other strips inside there.
But milliput.
No, plastic card, less than a minute, and it matches the other veins that are in there. You see.
All right. Good job. Good job.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah,
I've got nothing to actually put in there in sand with that's like a tube shape. So
Just say
why-
good job, Si.
Why would you
you're
need to sand if you used milliput correctly?
Oh,
Oh.
controversial, but I see where you're going.
You fail to forget. You fail to remember my excessive amount of laziness.
That's true.
I never deny it. I'm lazy as the Australians would say.
That's true.
Lazy as, bro. as the New Zealanders would say, even. It's Kiwis. I don't know, people from somewhere. Space people, what? I'm not going to glue the stick bombs in the back here because I want to get them out for painting. There you go. Let's go in there. That looks like the back of a the Tantive 4, Tantive 5 ship in Star Wars. The blockade runner.
Yeah, it does. I love that blockade runner. I wish one day
Bandai, yeah.
Bandai do a kit that's like they've got that little one in their much smaller series, which is like
no, you want one that's a good 2 or 3 feet long.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
or
like,
at least a foot.
Yeah, it's like, come on,
if
Bandai.
They did it in it wouldn't be the same scale, obviously, but if they did one in a scale, so it came out the same size as that Star Destroyer kit they released a few years ago. So it's about a foot long. That'd be great.
It's like, come on, you do a space battleship Yamato, you can easily do a Corellian blockade runner. I didn't know, but it's actually, I always called it a Tantive, but the Tantive 4, but it's not, it's Tantive apparently. Is the correct pronunciation apparently. It just sounds a bit weird to me. Tantive. Do 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 do. What are you doing, Cole? What are you doing, Cole? What are you doing, Cole?
I am about to glue one of my ramps on, mate.
Glue your ramps up.
I needed to get my magnifiers of seeingness
Ah.
so that I could actually see where the... Yeah.
Seeing things, it's always an advantage.
I'm a man of a certain age.
My bionic eyes allow me to see things.
Yeah, unlike Steve Austin, my bionic eye was made by Acme.
If you peel off the Acme label, does it say Radio Shack? And then if you peel that off, if you peel that off, does it say Archer underneath?
Yeah.
And if you peel that off, does it say Realistic?
Yeah, and then it's Please return as 40. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Right, I think what we'll do, because it's 7 o'clock. I'm thinking about. I'm getting the urge to merge food with my face now. I would normally go to 1:30, but I'm getting a bit hungry.
Food and face.
Damn, I didn't even realise that was the time.
Yeah. Panzer Cat says Fox's next body form. Just look at Burp the cat. Yes, that's my little pet cat in Cyberpunk. Burp the cat.
Yes, I did see that post. I must admit, I was suitably impressed.
Adeptus said he went and they had a bagel sandwich called Hebrew School. It was an everything bagel with cream cheese, smoked Nova salmon, tomato, red onion capers, 2 fried eggs, and a hash brown.
Oh, nice.
Why was it called Hebrew School, though?
That does very much sound like a everything bagel.
Yeah, why was it called Hebrew School? I don't get the joke. Jelly Babies, what's that? Something like Haribo, asks Frankie Goes to Hollywood.
Oh, yeah, it's a little sugary sweet.
It's a little sugary sweet shaped like a small baby.
Yeah.
Always bite the head off first.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And never forget that they were the favourite snack of the 4th Doctor. Would you like a Jelly Baby?
So jelly babies actually do something very similar. Pops up in Haribo. They're a bit like gummy bears.
But
it's probably the closest approximation you might know of.
But yeah. Haribo Jelly Babies are not as nice as proper Bassett's Jelly Babies, though.
No, but that's because they're Haribo are used to making gummy bears, aren't they?
Yeah, they're more gummies.
They're similar, but they're not quite the same.
Yeah, Jelly Babies are like, they're not like chewy gummies. They're more like Turkish Delight, really, aren't they? A bit with a crust on it, crusty Turkish Delight. Let's have a look. Jelly Babies are some smaller version of jelly beans, says Lynn Bishwell. No, jelly beans are totally different.
Would it be easier if I got the jar?
Yeah, get the jar. Jelly Babies are more like a baby-shaped block of Turkish Delight, but proper Turkish Delight, not the Cadbury's bar Turkish Delight, with a sugary crust. Jelly beans are like more harderer. More harderer? Good God, Simon, what kind of word is that you're using? Simpleton.
I don't know, dear.
I'm getting hungry now, says Lynn. Slowpoke, perfect for Fox, thank you. Welcome to the name Fox Pokemon, says Lynn. Lynn says lunch belly, peanut butter and maple syrup sandwich, barbecue Pringles, cherry Dr Pepper. More
they are a lot more like Sour Patch Kids, just without the citric acid.
Yeah.
You can imagine.
Yeah,
that.
Porridge Masters more like Sour Patch Kids. That is. It's got a belly button. Bite one in half so they can see what's inside it. And let me full screen you as well. There you go. Telling the diabetic man to eat the sugary foods.
Yeah, exactly.
It really is like a kind of like slightly firmer Turkish delight, but proper Turkish delight, not the Cadbury's crap. Yeah.
But I always have a jar of them in here now because if you're having a moment, you can.
Having a
sugar
moment.
rush.
Yeah. But yeah, I think we'll call it there. It's 7 o'clock, 7:10. I need to go and make Mama Foxx a brew because she can't be bothered getting off her backside and making her own. It's got to that point.
Oh, bless her.
Yeah. Now she's like, I don't have to make a brew because he'll come down and make me one. So.
Yeah, I can wait him out. That's her motto. I can see what she's doing.
Told you she's a terror. She is a terror. She's a nightmare. The fourth Doctor liked jelly babies. He always had a bag of jelly babies in his pocket. Well, don't get the Haribo ones. They're not the same. They're not. You want a proper Bassett's jelly babies in a paper bag in your pocket. That's what you want.
Big
From the news
jar there. It was like, yeah.
Yeah, you go in and say to the newsagent or in the post office, "Can I have like a quarter of jelly babies? Here's 10p," and you get like a paper bag, and they just tips them out the jar, and there you go. Jelly babies, they are the best, though, aren't they?
Oh yeah,
they are the best. Apart from the green one, which I can never quite.
Yeah, no, it was Kev that put me onto that. He said, keep a jar of them in your bench, in your man cave. If you're having a moment.
All right.
Excuse me.
Steady, Neris. Right, well, I think that'll do us anyway. So thank you, everyone, for watching. Thank you for coming along. Don't forget, of course, there's no E-Model show tomorrow. His diet, you're choking on sugar powder, aren't you now?
Yeah, that's all right.
Have a swig.
No, I'm all right, mate. You carry on.
So don't forget, there's no E-Model show tomorrow because it's Bank Holiday Monday here in the UK, so we get a day off again. Woohoo!
Dun, dun, dun.
You're going to go and sit on the beach, Colin, and sip Tia Maria's.
Oh, yeah. I've got to get the old sunny weather pork pie out and put that on.
Yeah. Bank Holiday, sunny weather.
Yeah, I thought I'd try and be optimistic there, mate.
Yeah, there's optimistic and then there's just naive, I think.
Yeah.
Hopeful. So yeah, we're not back tomorrow. Whether one of us does something tomorrow instead, we might do. Don't know. You got any?
No idea yet.
No.
Let's see what tomorrow brings first.
Let's see what tomorrow brings. Don't forget, of course, I'll be back on Friday with Colin for the Friday Frolic, and then back next Sunday with Warhammer Sunday. What have you got going on this week, Col?
I've got the Wednesday show, the Friday show, and the Sunday show, and I want to edit a couple more of the Suzuki videos for the E-Models guys.
Jolly
that
good.
One all uploaded. Episode 3 is already up.
Lovely. I will try and film some Imperial Night this week. Again, real life might just shut up, so I can get on with it. But so stay tuned for that. I might even do some other streams. I'm gonna see about doing a Cyberpunk stream just for because
try it out.
Yeah, just to see, because a couple of people have said you need to stream playing the games. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I don't know yet. We'll try. Anyway, what you say? What you got going on this week? New job.
See what the week brings.
Yeah.
We'll see what the week brings.
You starting your new job this week yet, or is it next week? Or
yeah, it's this week. Yeah.
So you're going to be the new boy at school. Have you got your math set?
Yep.
You got a pencil case?
Yep. Prick stick at the ready. Rubber. little 6-inch ruler.
Have you got little Mr. Man pencil topper? Usually Mr. Tickle.
Yeah.
Good lad.
He's good. Isn't
Have
he?
you got your Superman lunchbox?
No.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
Star Wars lunchbox. Excellent. Don't go in with the Bionic Man one because then you just get beaten up.
Yeah, you'll just get picked on, mate.
Yeah. Oh, Bionic Man. Smack. Anyway, going off on a tangent there. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. We will see you all very, very soon. Don't forget, of course, to like and subscribe to both our channels and hit the notification bell. So if we do any ad hoc streams, which we are wont to do occasionally, especially me, because I just suddenly go, I'm doing a late stream. Do make sure you hit the notification bell so you get a notification theoretically when we start a live stream, except you are depending on YouTube to actually tell you that. So what I would do is just have our YouTube channel pages up all the time and refresh them every 5 minutes for the rest of your life.
There will be some ad hoc streams starting on my channel soon.
Yeah, so we'll leave you with that. But until then, Don't forget, of course, to like and subscribe. Don't forget, if you want to support the channels, you can go to patreon.com/modelmakingguru, or you can become a member by pressing the join button and support the channel, keep it alive, literally put food on the table. You can, of course, support Colin's channel as well, patreon.com/Festa67's workshop, or hit the join button on his content as well. And in both cases, you're really helping us keep doing this.
Absolutely keeps the content coming, folks.
Yeah, because without you guys, we'd just be working in offices or just sitting watching telly. So, hey, hello, Mama Foxx. So there you go. So take care of yourselves. Go make something awesome. Thank you, Simon, for popping in.
My pleasure.
Always lovely. Thank you, Simon. Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Have you made any YouTube content yet?
No.
Ah, you're rubbish.
I'm going to go and make content for my belly.
Go and make content, and then you'll make some other content for something else. Colin, as always, thank you for joining me, as ever. My co-host.
Problem, mate. My pleasure.
My friend and co-host that I paid nothing. But until then, take care, everybody. Go make something awesome. Go be awesome. And until then, adios, amoebas. I beat you to it.
Amoebas.
I beat you to it.
Adios, amoebas.
Oh, no.